up, Woodward. We are starting off your day with a brand new crew. Meet Broder.
I can't control my arms sometimes. My limbs are just kind of flying.
Detroit Kool-Aid.
Fired up!
Y'all got Kool-Aid.
I'm fired up! But with the Wake Up Woodward crew, he's actually a part of the family.
Flannel Sam.
Ask me about my wiener. Okay.
Along with JB and KG. Wake Up Woodward gets you all of your Detroit sports talk. Every morning, 8 to 10 a.m. Live on Woodward Sports. A show for Detroit, by Detroit, with people from Detroit. Tell Siri to set an alarm. Because it's time to Wake Up Woodward.
I got an unbelievable amount of respect for you guys. I know what this was, and there's all these arguments about what did this game really mean, because of next week, I respect the out of you guys. I respect the out of how we roll the ball out and you guys just go out and compete. I can't even put it into words, man. I cannot put it into words. I love the hell out of you guys. I love the hell out of you guys. Listen, we did some things. We got 14 wins. All right, we already talked about once we got to where we were at, 13, that we franchise record, 14's a franchise record, 8-0 on the road, franchise record, all right, 8-0 on the road, which tells you at its worst, we can go anywhere and win, gentlemen. That's the bottom line. Listen, you can't ask for anything better to be able to have the division and the 1 seat on the line back at home. Guys, this is what it's all about. This is why you're in this profession, man. This is as good as it gets. We're so thankful for this opportunity. This can be unbelievable. Appreciate you guys, man. It's a hell of a job. It's a hell of a ride, and we got one more. Break it down.
Hey, I can feel it right now, boys. We know what's at stake next week. Big boy game. Let's go. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
What up, doe? Welcome to Wake Up Woodward to a beautiful Victory Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
I am Detroit Justin Kool-Aid,
Detroit
and I
Jesus.
am fired up right now for these Detroit Lions. I have my boy KG,
Yes,
who
sir.
we were having a blast on the watch party last night, and then around the infield, we have Chase Emily on the audio booth. Chase, how we feeling today?
We're feeling good. Victory Tuesday, celebrating the Lions win, but not too much. We're already on to Minnesota, so.
Yes, sir, and we are blessed with the presence of the fantasy champion and brother in the studio, which is a very, very special day for us because he is not here often. Brother, how are you feeling, and how did Woodward and Maine go this morning?
Let's go, baby. It went great. How about that Lions victory? We get another Victory Tuesday this season. I'm so excited for this team and what they're about to do, what they're about to accomplish. Not just here in the regular season, but with the playoff berth clinched already. 2024, baby. It's about to end, but the season's not over.
No.
I can't wait.
2025 will continue to be the Lions' year as they continue to do things that this franchise has never seen and continue to get these franchise accolades into their resume. And, of course, the MVP in the TD booth, we have Jay Bizzle. JB Smooth, how are we feeling?
I'm definitely tired. I'm still a little salty about the loss last night to not the Lions, but in fantasy to Broder. But if I can say anything, I'm glad I lost to him. He's a very good champion over
Let's
here.
go.
Yes, sir. We will be providing an update later in the week.
Yeah,
Just
JB, at
heads
least
up.
you didn't choke in the semis and then would have beat Broder in the finals. It could be worse, man. I promise. But
At least your quarterback didn't get a concussion at the beginning of the game.
yes, but we are in high spirits. We are not going to talk about fantasy. We are going to talk about the Detroit Lions. And I want to go around the room and get everyone's opinion on who you believe was the most critical factor in the Lions' victory yesterday. And for me personally, I think it has to be Jahmyr Gibbs. He truly showed everyone who still doubted the fact that he could be a lead running back in an offense that narrative is way overstated. He had over 150 combined rushing and receiving yards. He had a touchdown, just an overall dominant performance. How about you, KG?
There's so many ways you can go with this, but I got to give love to the defense, bro. If nobody else going to do it, it's 31. It's
Yes,
Big
sir.
Curb. Without him, you do not win this ball game, man. And listen, a lot was made about, oh, your defense, oh, they're giving up so many points. They're giving up so many yards. I don't care. As long as there he is. But, yeah, I don't care. As long as you go out there and you make crucial plays at crucial times and you're able to get takeaways, and then those takeaways turn into points. Like, this Lions team is just so good. AG cooking up with what he has, and I thought he did a masterful job in the second half, but Kirby was a big part of that, getting those interceptions. And look, sometimes you get lucky. Brock Purdy, he gave you some gifts, man, but you took advantage of it. Shout out to Big Kirk, man. 31.
Yeah, Big 31 had a great day and was the catalyst of that defense, getting those stops for this team. So let's hit Broder here. I want to know who your MVP is.
I like the Kirby pick, but I'm going to go with Jared Goff, the quarterback. 40 points. At 40 points, you needed every one of them. And he was the catalyst of that offense, getting the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs, both rushing and out of the backfield. I think he hit 7 different receivers. He was just on the money, fully in control. That defense is still pretty good for San Francisco, and Goff did what he does. Over 70% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns. I forget the total yardage. He was on the money again. Jared Goff making a case to be talked about in the MVP conversation. Maybe not number 1, but talked about.
Absolutely, and he was 0-6 in his last 6 games against the 49ers, and that is just so big for him to be able to go over that hump. JB Smoove, who is your MVP?
Well, me and KG are in lockstep because I'm even wearing the man's hoodie as well, too. 31 Savage. Shout out to Big Curb once again. Man, did you guys see him at the end of the game on the bench? He was tired. He was slumped over there, just like, hey, I done gave it my all. I done gave it everything. And thank you, Brock Purdy, for gift wrapping those interceptions for him again. But, hey, shout out to the man once again.
John Lynch, after those interceptions, man,
hilarious,
and Kool-Aid
had a meltdown,
were dying. It was way too funny. And shout out to Dante151 in the super chat.
Shout out
$4.99 LFG. I hit on a 5-leg parlay, winning over $1,000. Also, the most critical factors were Jameson Williams, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jared Goff, and Kirby Joseph.
Well, that's why he's able to do so many super chats. We know now. He's up here hitting on parlays.
And shout
man.
out Randall Smalls as well. $10 super chat. Very emotional. If you still have your dad, share this with him. I wish I could. We got this. And yes,
shout out.
I am very blessed to be able to share these moments with my dad and with my family as well. My sister just became a Lions fan, and what a diehard Lions fan. She always was a Lions fan, but now she's fully invested, and it's so great to see. But we got one more person in this room. We got to hear Chase's MVP. Chase, who was your MVP of this game?
MVP of the game, I thought, was Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, we need him to be that guy, the lead back, feature back. I mean, he produced all over the field, catching the ball, running the ball, put the nail in the coffin late with that touchdown, won people a lot of money. So MVP, for the Lions and for people's pockets, I think sounds like Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yes. Yeah. When we were in the watch party, Jahmyr Gibbs scored that touchdown. The chat blew up. We had 6 or 7 people hit for over $1,000 in the chat. And then the super chats were coming in. Thank you for your guys helping us and benefiting us with your winnings. It is so appreciated. But these Lions just were absolutely amazing. And there are so many things that we have to talk about through this game. We have to talk about, Terrion Arnold. He was a big discussion of conversation. The Aaron Glenn, the Wash conversation when, we're down. And then all of a sudden he starts cooking and puts Kirby Joseph in a position to make plays and shuts everyone up. And, Jahmyr Gibbs, obviously, Jameson Williams with another great game. The beautiful mind of Ben Johnson. Jared Goff continues to play himself into MVP conversation. But that is what we're going to tell you about next. JB, who do I got to show some love to?
Planet Fitness. Let's do Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness. I think that's me, but hey, it is what it is. I'll freestyle it. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential, man. 50+ Metro Detroit locations and thousands, maybe even millions around the world, man. Whenever you need to get right for, just for anything, man, for your everyday, for the new year, it don't matter, man. Planet Fitness is always open for you, man. They got the Queen squeaky clean gym, all the equipment that you need, man. Massage beds, tanning salons, the whole bit. Get to a Planet Fitness today. Still the best deal in the gym game.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Listen, I got to tell you guys what the best Lions
it's Kool-Aid
game party is. Yes, it is that dude, Justin. Still got the shades on, as you can see. But where the best Lions pregame party is in Detroit's very own second best bar. We got more than just one more of these. We got to see what happens when we get into the playoffs. But we know for this Vikings game, you guys got to turn up. It's the ultimate fan experience. You get to enjoy a little bit of smooth Tullamore Irish whiskey, some of the Woodward Sports personalities, the pregame show as you get hype in the city as the Detroit Lions prepare to win the NFC North. Hey, only at second best bar. Come get some.
Yeah, man. Way more. We in this thing. We ain't playing no games. You see the chain. Hey, Lions up, man. See what that... Yeah, man, Lions up, man. Let's do it.
Lions up. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. You know what? Flannel was the one who predicted that was probably going to be a closer game than a lot of us said. And he said not close just because they were playing the Lions tough, but because, late you would see them get a touchdown.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's looking a little bit closer. 6-point win for them. But what really stood out for me is the play of Jared Goff, and it continues to stand out for me. I believe that the narratives, how people are now saying, oh, Sam Darnold should be starting to get some MVP conversation. You know what? Sure. You know what? They've had a fine season. Oh, you know what? Coach of the year should be determined by who wins this last game between the Lions and the Vikings. It's like, guys, has anybody seen, if you told me before the season the Lions are going to lose all these players and their record at worst is going to be 3 losses, bro, Coach of the year, Dan Campbell.
Absolutely.
Period. But now here we are, we're back embroiled in this, and it seems like people are forgetting just how much the Detroit Lions are cooking, just how much players like Jared Goff and Jahmyr Gibbs, just how much they're carrying. Just how big of a role guys like Kirby Joseph have to play. And when you look at Jared Goff, I do believe that last night it's another one of those MVP-type statements to not just keep him in the conversation, but make him somebody valuable to the point that you got to say, you know what? Jared Goff is just that dude, man. Hey, 26 of 34, 303 yards, 3 touchdowns, 132 rating, 73.3 QBR in a place where, you know what, you go out there and just exact a little bit of revenge.
Oh, the most important stat, no turnovers.
No turnovers. And you know what? The fact that the offense was able to go out there and just hold serve and just I want to say, hey, can you guys go out there and get me 35, 40 points? Because when you talk about next week's game, which I know we're going to have the week to be able to break down, can you keep up? Can you keep up? And just the overall synopsis, man, of this game, I was happy that they just went out there and handled business. Do you want to see a more comfortable size win against what some people think is depleted? You do. But when we were talking about it with Flannel yesterday, there were some things he brought up that honestly played out just exactly like he said. And Deebo Samuel was another one of those guys we thought, you know what? If they get him out and about in some space, it could cause some issues. But I was encouraged because if you can overcome George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, and Brock Purdy winding back the clock to looking like the quarterback who should get the contract, outside of those 2 Kirby Joseph interceptions, then it's like, you know what, I'm confident in this team going forward. And I know that before the game, Kyle Shanahan said that this Lions defense is better than last year's defense.
Oh, without question, man. Even with all the injuries considered, just the way they're playing right now, the way that your depth has been able to step in and just make plays, man. Like this Lions team has gotten better all around. I mean, offensively, defensively, coaching wise, like everything is going right for this team. And you just got to feel like it's something special, man. Tell me again how this game didn't matter. I was on the watch party with Justin last night, and I kept saying it. The Lions left something in Levi Stadium last year, and they came to get their shit back. And boy, did they ever, man. And listen, it wasn't easy, it wasn't pretty, but they can't all be pretty at this time of the year, man. The Lions are in the playoffs right now. Like, I know the playoffs are supposed to start after this next week, but they are already in that mode. And this is why games like last night was important. You need to go out there and play that kind of football, face that kind of adversity, and be prepared for anything, man. And now they are in that mode. You got all the momentum you need going into this Minnesota game with everything on the line. And like I said, we are in the home stretch now. All you need is 4 more victories. I hope people at home realize that. 4 more victories until the mission is completed. So they need to go out there and do everything they need to do to ensure W's, and that's what they did last night.
Yeah, and that's where when I'm kind of zero focusing on a guy like Jared Goff going out there with all of the pressure. I don't care what people say in terms of, oh, well, y'all are supposed to beat them. No. I often say this, that the Lions offense put so much pressure on the other team's offense to have to play perfect. Last night was a difference of 2 Brock Purdy interceptions. Yeah, that's what the game came down to. And if Jared Goff, if he makes any type of mistake, we see that this thing could go the other way in a quickness. Luckily, we have a quarterback who is never down and out. But you never want to put yourself in a position where you're not playing clean football. We know that the secret to a Jared Goff masterclass is offensive line and clean football. Outside of that, there's not much anyone's doing to touch Jared Goff. Not even what some people would consider to be immobility, even though I think he's Vanilla Vic. At times. But think about it. Not even that this year has been able to slow down even the MVP conversation. What did was the 5 turnover game. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm just like, you know what? When you point out the fact that he played clean football, when you point out the fact that really the Lions played clean football, that's the difference even between this game versus the one in the NFC Championship game. They executed. And I loved the long drive in the fourth quarter. To just make it obsolete. So even if San Francisco was going to score, the Lions took like 8 minutes off the clock in that fourth quarter. Masterful. And just did their thing and then said, hey, listen, the game for all intents and purposes is just over. And you need a quarterback as good as Jared Goff, one that you know you can trust, to do that. This is what we talked about yesterday. You know what? Can other quarterbacks do this against us? I haven't seen it that much. I haven't. You haven't. I've seen Jared Goff go out consistently and beat our opponents in this way. High IQ, manages the game well. Listen, you're not getting the ball back until we say you're getting the ball back, especially when he's playing clean. That, to me, when you think about this, the other team's offenses have to play just as perfect to keep up. But how perfect does Jared Goff and offense have to play to make up for the deficiencies on the defensive side?
No, it's huge, man. And to have a guy that's out there, and let's just be real about it, Jared Goff is in his prime right now. He is playing his best football.
So Dan Campbell wasn't lying?
No, not at all. Like, as a Ram, sure, he was good. He had numbers. But him as a Detroit Lion is like a different animal, man. The way that he goes in the games, composed, nothing seems to rattle him. He goes out there, he executes the game plan. And say what you want about him, he's pushing the ball down the field. I mean, some of those passes yesterday, things of beauty, man. He was absolutely putting it on the money right when you needed him to, man. And it doesn't matter. He can spread the ball around. He's not locked into one guy or 2 guys the whole game. He spreads the ball around. And late in games, when they have a lead or they're in a winning time situation, he's not going to let you down. And that's the biggest thing about Jared Goff right now, man. He is just he's playing at a level. And listen, he lost the MVP off a narrative. We all know that. A national TV game against the Bills, you knew they were going to count that against him. And let's just be real, the Lions got boat raced. It is what it is. But I would much rather have Jared Goff in my fight than a lot of these other QBs. And listen, I know they got the stats, they got the flashy plays, but what Jared Goff does for this offense, the sense of calm that he always has back there.
A lot of these quarterbacks.
Thank you, man. The ability to not turn the ball over in crucial moments of the game. I think that's huge, especially in terms of getting into playoff football, man.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. And you know what? Just a few stats here when you think about just how good this Lions offense has been, but really I think it's a testament of not just their coaches but their leaders as well, and that at the top is always going to be the quarterback, Jared Goff. 4 players over 1,000 yards from scrimmage, and why that matters is, remember before the season we said, can everybody eat? You can't have 4 players with 1,000 yards. Well, they got 4 players with 1,000 yards.
We did.
It's like Victory Tuesday is really starting to set in right now. Because it's Amon-Ra, it's Jameson Williams, who just needs 33 yards. 33 yards, Flannel.
Almost. He almost had it last night.
He almost had it last night. It was like I told you. For some reason, outdoors, count on him to get at least 1 or 2 chunk plays. They just every outdoor game they do that, and I get why. But then you got the 2 running backs as well, and the reason why it's interesting, why you got to call out Jared Goff is because the receiving yards that these running backs are putting up. David Montgomery is having his best receiving game in maybe his career. His best receiving season up until he got hurt in his career. That's with Jared Goff. Amon-Ra St. Brown went from kind of afterthought in the draft to top paid, one of the top paid wide receivers in all of the NFL. And now Jahmyr Gibbs, who went from, hey, we're going to bring him along slow in this first season, to we promise you he's a weapon, to supersonic last night, 163 yards and a touchdown for Jahmyr Gibbs. And a lot of this has to do about what's going on between the ears of Jared Goff. They do have to, the playmakers have to execute. But we've seen quarterbacks with weapons here who could not execute. And that's to me, it's like when you look at what Jared Goff is doing, don't deduce this down to just, well, look at the weapons around him.
I hate that. I hate that narrative.
I hate when they do that. And that's it. Look, people can keep saying that. People can keep doing that. But then all of a sudden we see a guy, more stats, who's leading the league in 50-yard plus passes.
Yeah, man. And the wins should be a QB stat at this point. Wins matter. and the man just goes out there and he wins fucking ball games. And I think that's the most important stat of them all, man, especially when you are late in the season and you need wins like this, man. Say what you want about the game, didn't matter. And yes, from a technical standpoint, it did not matter, man. But for the morale of this team to have your quarterback go out there and play like that, what worries do you have as an offensive coordinator, as a fan? Yep. Like, you know that every time 16 straps him up, he's going to go out there and give you his best football.
And you said, what worries do you have? You know what? If there's any worries to having anything, there's one person I know who can find it. What up, Kavassier Chase? Any worries?
Pastor Kavassier.
MVP statement, boy. What up, though?
Hey, you act like I'm always trying to like poke holes and stuff. I'm always up here lifting up the line.
Listen, Chase. You Batman somebody, bro. Like, he was like, we were looking at a what's trending. He was like, I can find out where that's at. And we were all like, ha ha. And then you literally found out where it's at. So I'm like, you know what? This man can uncover anything. You're like the question from DC.
I have to look up who that is, but that sounds cool. I don't know. What is there like to doubt about this team? I mean, we fought through more adversity than any other team has had to deal with. Like you guys have talked about, like we've talked about all season. We have a whole roster of starters, whether that be offensive starters, defense starters. We have a ton of dudes, almost a whole 22 players on IR, either gone for the year or missing significant portions of this season. Through it all, only 2 losses. Got a chance at home to lock up not only the division, but the #1 seed in the entire conference, make the playoffs, run through Detroit. I mean, there's no reason at all to doubt this team. They haven't given us any reason all season to doubt this team.
Not at all. Even through all of the adversity, even through all of the injuries, even through all of the noise. That's what's been interesting, is that this team is doing it while the national narrative has continued to try and bury them. First, they try to say, wow, look at this cute America's team, but let's just throw the dirt on them. Like, bro, that's effed up.
Yeah.
And then it went to, look at these bad guys, these villains, throw dirt on them, and we just won't allow you to. It's like, if you continue to believe in that first reaction to Dan Campbell rather than understand he's just a cold-hearted killer, People still all across the internet, people talking about the 4th down calls. Do you know how many people I saw saying things like, "Yo, he still ain't learned his lesson"? And that's
Listen, man.
It's like these guys keep doubting people like Dan Campbell, who should be coach of the year, like Jared Goff, who should firmly be in the MVP conversation. Keep doubting these guys, man.
Yep.
Keep doubting them.
At every turn, they're going to prove you wrong. And if you want a Super Bowl, Dan Campbell's going to get to that Super Bowl his way. So if you don't like 4th downs, hey, strap in, man. It's going to be a long ride.
4th downs. You know what? We got to talk about Jahmyr Gibbs. Supersonic. Again, second game without David Montgomery. Second game, not just with 100 total yards, but over 100 yards rushing.
Yes, sir.
And if people talk about, can he really take kind of the physicality, and can he provide the physicality that a David Montgomery can? And there was something that we stated on a previous show, and you, Flannel, and others, we got a squad in that running back room. We do. I saw Craig Reynolds. I saw Jefferson. What's his name? Jefferson go out there.
Jahmyr
Jefferson, yeah. Go out there and hold it down. Instead, you're not going to get perfection. But I saw Craig Reynolds go out there on a couple of these drives and get you 3, 4, 5 on the first downs, on the second down. Some of the things that we're used to. And I believe that it was perfect because a couple of those plays, you saw Jahmyr Gibbs get up sometimes a little bit stretching that leg. And it's like, to know that you can go to your bench, you know that you're going to get a superstar performance from Jahmyr Gibbs, but to know that the bench is also going to hold it down. I want to talk about it a little bit in this next segment. But
we getting into it.
What friends we got to say what up, though, to JB Smooth?
Sabbath Coffee.
Hey, you know what? Need you guys to tap in with Sabbath Coffee. It's the perfect start to any morning, especially if you're kicking off the day with Wake Up Woodward. It's Sabbath Coffee Roasters. I need you guys to do 2 things. Mark down this code word. It's Woodward. Woodward, like Woodward Sports. So we're treating you right, so you get 25% off your first subscription order. And then the second thing, you got to head to www.sabbathcoffeeroasters.com to put in that order. Once you do, hey, unwait and unwind with the best. Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Woodward Sports. Let's go.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
How do you think you won? David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
The holidays are here. Don't know where to get your friends and family? Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted for the Lions Super Bowl run. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. So make sure it's a happy holiday for you or the sports lover in your life. Shop online at woodwardsports.com. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Listen, man, divorce is tough. Damn, let me get this camera right. Jesus. All right, listen, divorce is tough, y'all. And you know, John Lynch last night, he looked like he wanted a divorce from the 49ers, man. Brock Purdy might need to call KDK because I don't know if he getting that contract after last night. But listen, if you're dealing with divorce, child custody, visitation, or other family law issues, Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham, they got your back, man. 10 plus years of experience and 24/7 availability. Please scan that QR code on the screen or call 248-971-0476. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you and they'll pay your filing fee, but we know it's a little bit more about that. It's about peace of mind, man. KDK Law, they got your back.
Hey, KDK Law got your back. You know what? If you're in the ops, Kirby Joseph don't got your back. He
don't.
causing home problems right now. You telling me?
Big Curve.
It's your boy Brennan Day, aka Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential pistol reporter and writer. KG on the desk, boy.
What it
KG,
do?
Detroit's #1 draft pick, going for MVP. On the desk for Flannel Sam, the vet of the squad.
Shout out to him.
I think it's ever appropriate then that people hit that like button.
Oh,
that
got
they treat
to.
it right.
Yeah.
Treat it nice.
Do they need to satisfy it?
Hey, y'all gotta satisfy that like button. You know, I'm gonna put on the chain and everything.
I think you might be right, man. I'm already grabbing the back of the mic. So
Hey, you know what? Let's rock.
Hey, listen, man. I know y'all feeling like Jay Bates last night, man. So why don't you lay down, stick your tongue out and just hit that like button, man. It's okay. Maybe even rub your stomach a little bit. We getting in that mood, baby.
Oh, snap. All right. We getting wild with it, man.
Sexy Bates, man. Play of the game right there, man. Just him on the sideline. Oh, my God. It's like when you saw it, you knew he was a meme. You knew he was instantly a meme. Like, wow, man. Shout out Jake Bates,
and
man.
Then he just goes out there and drills a 57-yarder. Just bing.
He bring his sexy back.
Hey, big leg, man. I think that he's just had the most trouble he's had this year is with what? Maybe extra points?
Yeah. I mean, last night one got blocked. I mean,
I'm dealing in a short game.
Listen,
boy.
man. He makes kicks when you need him to make kicks, man. They can't all be gems. They
Off
can't.
the tee, on the green.
Yeah.
That's Jake Bates, man. But we got to talk about Supersonic, Jahmyr Gibbs. And you know what? You go back to the beginning of his career. I wonder if people, I know people didn't believe that he could do this. But now he is the bell cow. And it's interesting when you see all the stats and people say, yeah, but this person has this many yards. They're just over him. This person has this many touchdowns. Have you seen the attempts? He has like 50 fewer attempts than everybody and still saucing everybody.
Yeah.
Jahmyr Gibbs last night. And this is what I mean. 18 carries as the bell cow, 117 yards, 6.5 yards a carry, KG.
Stop playing with that, man.
Stop playing. Like, all right, the narratives, though, right? One touchdown for him. He had a long of 30 yards yesterday, and then receiving out the backfield, 4 receptions, 46 yards, 11.5 yards. A catch for Jahmyr Gibbs. Everything he did was just stupendously positive. You talking about knowing our back is going to go out there and give us 4 or 5 yards every single run. That, to me, when it's coming from Jahmyr Gibbs, is where it's like, you know what? Let's rock. Because these other squads who are trying to measure us up based off of the losses we have, you guys are significantly underestimating the dogs that we do have. When you look at what Jared Goff is doing, when you look at the bag that Ben Johnson is getting into, because J-Mo said, bro, all of that, when we look and we see 4-1,000, he said he wanted this. This is all credit to him. When you look at a guy like a Jamison Williams, it's just that's when you just sit back and you look at Jahmyr Gibbs. And then on the defensive side, shout out Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph doing their thing. These are dogs going out there and getting it.
Yep.
And that's where I'm going to continue to say this. I've said this before. I just trust our dogs, even with all the deficiencies. We still have more dogs than y'all. That's just it. When we go up against Minnesota Vikings, we just got more dogs. I know we're covering that game later on in the week, but I'm already ecstatic because our dogs showed out. That's what you want to see during this time. That's what you want to see when you're talking about some of the injuries. And when it was even more awesome when you see David Montgomery is at home cheering for Jahmyr Gibbs. And it's not fake, because you go back to last season, some of Jahmyr Gibbs' best runs, and you hear David Montgomery on the sideline cheering him up. You see David Montgomery on the sideline pushing and motivating him, saying, hey, 60-yard run. I'm going to go out here and give me a 70-yard run. You ain't going to be the only one having fun. and that's where we get some of our most epic pictures, man. That Chargers game was with him. Jahmyr Gibbs is one of the pictures we use the most when we do graphics with them together. And that's what I love about this. It's not just what Jahmyr Gibbs is doing. It's just all that he has on his back right now. And to be able to go out there and put up a statement game like that, have the support of his teammates, still have everything in front of you. Jahmyr Gibbs, man, he had a day. And just a shout out Craig Reynolds real quick as well.
Yeah,
7 carries, 31 yards, 4.5 yards a carry. Shout out to Craig Reynolds.
Yeah, even Jamar Jefferson in the red zone was solid, man. Yeah. I understand he didn't make all the plays, but he went out there and performed when called upon, man. But Jahmyr Gibbs, he's taken that step into being a complete back. And this is somebody that could be maybe a top 5 running back in football going forward the rest of his career, man. Especially when you look at the fact, like you said, it's the attempts. That's so much less wear and tear on a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs. And he goes out there and just the way he finds running lanes, man. Me and Justin was talking about it on the watch party last night. He kind of reminds you of Le'Veon Bell with just how he can be patient when, waiting for blocks to develop, but also how he can just turn it on at the snap of a finger. And he's out of there. Like, his speed is literally like there's few players in the NFL that can just have that kind of takeoff and get to the second level like Jahmyr Gibbs can. And the way that the Lions utilize him out of the backfield as well, man, he is literally showing you he can be that guy. And listen, sometimes blessings come in disguise. Y'all know I defend Monty, with the best of them. And that's my guy. And I feel like, a lot of what he does go slept on in this Lions offense. But when he goes down, and Jahmyr Gibbs gets more of this opportunity, it's only making him better, man. So I think that's maybe the best thing to have come from that injury.
Yeah, it definitely. I just want to shout out Craig Reynolds as well. When you talk about playing that David Montgomery role, he also had 2 catches in that game for 35 yards, obviously 17.5 yard per catch average. And you talk about that David Montgomery role, for most of the season, he was getting to that 70 yards total mark from scrimmage. And because sometimes we would be like, oh my goodness. David Montgomery only had 40 yards rushing, but then we would look at him and be like, oh, but he had 80 total yards for the game because he's still doing work. And that, to me, is where when you look at picking up the slack and how can this team move forward, Lions fans should continue, especially with the offensive side of the ball, to feel confident, not just that they're going to handle their job, but that they have enough to actually make up for the differences on the defensive side. Like, he stepped in there and put up 66 yards last night. Craig Reynolds total. And that's to go in tandem with the 163 total yards that Jahmyr Gibbs put up. You got over 200 yards of offense from the running backs.
Yeah, man, and they physical, man. And this is why they kept somebody like Netflix, man. The fact that he goes out there whenever he's called upon and just has a knack for making plays, man. He's not afraid of contact. He goes out there, gets the extra yardage, and he gives you a lot of what you miss with Monty, man. But just the fact that you can have him and also Jahmyr Gibbs running in the inside. And I also got to give credit to Jahmyr Gibbs, bro. His ability to, pick up blitzes is absolutely amazing. Who said the kid can't block? Like, his toughness cannot be questioned, bro. Like, he got killed on a couple of those blitz pickups, man. You saw him on the sideline kind of shaking up, but he didn't let Jared Goff get touched, bro. And Jared Goff was able to go out there and make plays because he was able to pick up the blitz so well.
It was awesome, man. You know what, that dude, Justin, as soon as we said Jahmyr Gibbs' name, I heard him over there with the ad-libs already. I know he's raring to go. And shout out to Summertime as well in the building.
Oh, hey, Summertime.
Everybody decked out in our Lions best. I had to come here. You guys know it was a little late getting in this morning. I had to go handle some business. I was in my thievery best like the Detroit Lions.
Oh, I was about to say you was in your Jake Bates mode.
Listen, man.
My boy stressed out.
We talking about pumping down. Yeah, man, robbing everybody.
Oh, Lord.
We ain't supposed to be winning. We went into San Francisco and robbed them blind.
Hey, man.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Y'all coming to town. You better lock your doors.
The pump
Lock
and
your
dump
doors.
is crazy. At 7 in the morning, it's crazy. Madness.
I forgot to change the hat off, and they're gonna know. They're gonna see me on the camera like that's the Italian that was in San Francisco.
Oh
yes,
man.
we took it. Shout out that
Take that.
Hey, Jahmyr Gibbs.
We sorry, Sober. We so sorry.
He is so elite, and everything that KG is saying is absolutely true. Me and him were just gushing over Jahmyr Gibbs last night as he continued to show how elite he is. And like you said, the run blocking, there was 2 or 3 times where he just laid out a linebacker who was coming and trying to sack Jared Goff, and that is something that you don't normally see out of Jahmyr Gibbs, and him laying the boom at that level, and you love it. Also, you could see the improvement he's made in the game against past week. I'm forgetting who he played for some reason. The Bears, right?
Yeah.
Yes, in the Bears game, there was a couple times on the goal line where Jahmyr Gibbs kind of hesitated and didn't run through the line and kind of stutter stepped, and he got caught on the goal line. He didn't do that today. Every single time I saw him make a move in the backfield, he bursted through the line and was able to make plays on the second level. A lot of those plays where you would have seen losses or very minimal games, he was able to break into 5, 6, 7, 8-yard runs, and that just made this Lions offense be even more potent. And it was a great game for Jahmyr Gibbs, and you could just see everything why we drafted him at 12th overall and trade up for him.
Yep.
Yeah, man, I'm glad that you guys focus on a couple of things that he's doing really well that were probably questions early on. Not questions to him, not questions to this organization, because they invested in drafting Jahmyr Gibbs. It wasn't just, hey, we're just going to sit back and wait. They went and they chose him, and they believed he was the best back, even though people thought at the time that Bijan Robinson might have been the better and the more physical runner who could handle being an every down back. But what we've seen is that Jahmyr Gibbs not only has been capable of being an every down back, but he's a weapon. He is a stud. He is a star. I'm very glad that they're able to still get this production out of giving him similar amounts of touches, even though David Montgomery is out. 18 carries for Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. So shout out to guys like Craig Reynolds. Shout out to guys like Ben Johnson, who, in my opinion, are scheming up masterfully. But, hey, Summer, before we get into this next segment, man, we talked about Jared Goff. We talked about Jahmyr Gibbs. I know you got an opportunity to talk with him and D-Mont, man.
Yeah.
Just that Lions game, your overall impressions of the game, and Jahmyr Gibbs, too. What up, though?
They're just putting it on for the city. Can I just
Damn
say
right.
That? They're just putting it
Damn
on.
right.
They're different.
Get
Like, for real different. Like, this is a team, they're so fun to watch. And Ben Johnson, he just keep cooking up with those plays. It's just, it's great to see. And Kirby, 2 interceptions.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Big time interceptions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then hit him with the Merton Hanks dance.
Hey.
Like, when y'all saw that, what y'all thinking?
Man.
I was like, let's get it, man. Like, they were having fun, and it was so much different vibes, man, than last time they went out there. And that's why I'm like, narrative busters, you guys continue to go out there and do the darn thing. And even a Jared Goff, who they said that, man, he's out of the conversation. I remember after they said he's out of the conversation, everything Jared Goff has been since RG3 sent that off is somebody who deserves to be in the MVP conversation, to the point that people say, man, we can't quite put the dirt on top of Jared Goff. And so continue to give these guys bullets and board material. Continue to be the reason why you're shocked and surprised. I just don't know how to keep overcoming.
Yeah.
But we've been telling y'all all season. It's not that we go out there and believe that the loss of Aiden Hutchinson is not going to matter. But what this team has continued to build, they've been true to it. They said they're built for longevity. I assumed that meant for years. They assumed, hey, listen, that also means this season.
Yeah.
We can't be good for a quarter of a season, like the Packers.
Right.
We can't be good for the first half of the season, and then all of a sudden we're pooping our pants down the stretch. You can't do that. And that's what I'm saying. This team, they are built well. Did you see just how happy Sheila Hamp was at the game?
Man, what?
I got 3 years of pictures. That last game with Matt Patricia, I mean, she's like this, and I'm going to get this to the social team. Then we got the one last year where they were romping, and she's just up there looking like this, like, yo, I'm queen of this. And last night it was just like, it's a sore way.
Bro, it was
just enjoying the bay right now. It's like, dog, I love it.
It was the tale of two press boxes, bro. When they showed the 49ers press box, John Lynch with his tight ass top button on his shirt was absolutely like livid, bro. He was losing it over there. And then they showed the Lions sideline, the Lions press box, and they over there looking like a crime family, man. Brad Holmes just so astute, just looking up there like nothing phases the man. And then you got Chris Spielman in there too. You got Rod Wood in there too. They all looking gangster, man. Like this, the way this Lions team is just this whole organization from the top down. Everybody has the same goal in mind, man. And y'all keep making narratives. We just gonna keep playing football.
That's the thing. When you have an entire team, an entire organization dedicated to the same thing, look how powerful it is. That's what makes the Tigers a little frustrating, and obviously we're going to wait and see what they do.
True.
That's what makes the Pistons right now more refreshing because everybody's on the same page. And look at the dividends.
But
look at bro. Realistically, all of the signings, and I get it. There are some people who are still bullish on what Tobias Harris can be this year, but realistically, Malik Beasley has panned out. Tim Hardaway has been a little streaky, but we appreciate the effort. Realistically, it's just the young players being put in a better position to succeed.
No, absolutely. And it's so hard to get a lot of people on the same page. Like even at Woodward Sports Network, imagine if we wasn't all on the same page all the time. This shit, we would skydive. I mean, it's the real, man. It's a hard thing to do. So for this coaching staff week in and week out to just have these guys ready and listen, I know we're going to get into AG a little bit later, but like Aaron Glenn, man, I don't care about the yardage. I don't care about the touchdowns. You coached your ass off, man. And he was over there on the sideline like he just went 3 rounds with you know with a good one on a Friday. Like he was over there cooked.
They don't understand what he was doing. When you know that your defense is depleted, when you know, okay, certain things aren't going to work. I thought the schemes were there. If the players aren't getting home, then Aaron Glenn has to do something different. And you can't abandon the pressure. But if you look at where Kirby Joseph had a couple of his picks, because last night I swear he should have had 4. He dropped one, he slipped on another, one got called back off of a Brian Branch penalty, and then he had the one where he was just in the right spot, and then the second one where they set him up the same way they did Nick Mullins with Justin Jefferson last year. They did the same thing. I've seen this play several times, and they set him up. And how do you set somebody up? All you need sometimes is 1 or 2 interceptions, 1 or 2 turnovers to change the complexity of the game.
Timely turnovers.
And he changed up and dialed up the defense so much different in the second half. They either figured something out that the 49ers were doing, because the 49ers had 7 points most of that second half until that last insignificant touchdown with 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Yeah.
So it's like he did something different. They came up big, and when you're playing chess, sometimes it can look like you're all the way out. But I'm sorry, Aaron Glenn checkmated that game last night in the form of Kirby Joseph. Right place, right time, a couple interceptions to completely change the complexity of that game. And honestly, it took it from a game where people are like, man, what's up with the Lions, to they up 40 to freaking 21.
Out of nowhere,
Out
man.
of nowhere.
They climbed back in this game. And like I said, just Aaron Glenn's adjustments in the second half, because we always talk about halftime adjustments. They really aren't a thing. Like, you can't really get into the nitty gritty during a halftime, like only 15 minutes. But what he was able to do on the fly last night in that second half, man, the adjustments he made. And listen, Brock Purdy did give you some gifts. He overthrew his receivers a couple of times. He sailed some passes, but you were in the right place at the right time. And that's what matters, man. AG having Kirby Joseph ready to take advantage, and then you got points off of those turnovers, man, that make it so much better.
Talk about, and on those passes he sailed, on the interceptions, I do implore people, even though we didn't get the sack, go and look at what was happening. That defensive line, they brought a certain type of pressure, but it's different with a guy like Brock Purdy, who you guys know. If they're playing the Lions, the game plan is going to be use your wheels. Yeah. That was the game plan in the second half of what beat the Detroit Lions last year. That was the game plan that you could tell they tried to implore a little bit. When you, and this is what I love, when you have to put the ball on the arm of a Brock Purdy or some of these other quarterbacks, look what's happening. If they're not perfect, game over. And the thing is, not that it's not the same way. People say, but that's the same way with Jared Goff. Yeah, but when you look at the percentages, he's more perfect a lot more than a lot of these other quarterbacks. That's the whole point.
Even in the face of pressure.
Yeah.
Like, he's one of the better quarterbacks against the blitz, too. And we just got to give him his credit, bro. But it's also, we got to give credit to the offensive line as well, man. These guys are some dogs up front, man. They absolutely go out there week in and week out and keep this man clean.
Hey, shout out to you, chat family. I see you guys in there. They're epic already, epically on one. The likes are way up.
Oh, you know it.
Let's set some like records today, man. Let's do that. Everybody wants to count out the Lions. People believe that these injuries are going to catch up to them. I even heard the broadcast after, who knows how long they can keep doing this.
No.
Bro, they've been doing this like more than half the season.
Now they off the injuries. Now it's the defense now. You know, it's the Neil Rule checklist, man. Shout out Neil Rule. That's one of the best things he ever said.
With Enzo and Carlton Davis on the return, though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. These people, man, burn $5 super chat. Because Lynch knows they blew a Super Bowl window because they never got the QB right, and the team of the next 5 years just walked in and smacked them. Maybe he should have traded for Jared Goff.
Maybe. Well, we'll never know what that'll look like, will we?
Hey, shout out to JB cooking up. That is the face of distraught.
Yeah,
that was Sheila the first year looking at like, okay,
damn it.
All right, I'm not gonna fire y'all just on first day on the job. Let me see what y'all got. And then Sheila was up in that booth going through it, bro.
Yeah,
going
man.
through it. What up, though, Cavassier Chase?
Hey, what up, though? I'm not sure what you want me go
I
with.
just saw you in there. I just saw him in there just looking at the John Lynch going crazy, and I was just like, man, if you got something to say, hey, Victory Tuesday, I'm fired
Right,
up.
say anything,
We got
man.
these other organizations.
we hype in here, man. What you mean, man?
Organizations looking like this. The Lions are making the 49ers of all teams. Imagine this last year. If we said, yo, we're going to make John Lynch, we're going to break John Lynch and the 49ers.
Yeah.
We're going to break teams, bro. More coaches are getting fired. And that's where it comes from, Cavassier Chase. It's like, I saw you in there looking at it. I saw the same energy, at least on your face, that I had. So I was like, man, just say anything, bro.
Yeah, I mean, hey, man's upset. He's frustrated. He's got the look of a loser. You know what I mean, like that's.
But this
they
is
lost. Like
this is why you have to take advantage of your opportunities when they come. Because I mean, who would have thought that the 49ers would be in this position this season, man? Especially after everything that they've done, all the times that they've been in the NFC Championship, the amount of times they've been to the Super Bowl, and then they come into this year. Ricky Pearsall gets shot to start the season off, and then it was just a series of unfortunate events, injuries. Deebo Samuel gets pneumonia. Like, this team is just not the same team, and now they looking like they gotta not rebuild, but you gotta start looking for answers at this point, because the window's closed quick in the NFL, man. And the Lions, for them to be doing what they're doing, especially coming off an NFC Championship loss last year, and look like they're primed to be back in that spot this year. Shout out to them, man, because it's not easy to do, bro. It's a battle of attrition.
John Lynch was absolutely sick.
Talk to me.
He was literally so sick because he knows that he reverted this team to exactly where they were 2 years ago when they had Garoppolo as their quarterback. They literally just have Garoppolo 2.0. He knows that they are in such a tricky spot. They're either going to have to pay Purdy or they're going to have to rebuild. They have no choice, and they're going to put themselves in a position where they will forever be that team that won't be able to get over the hump, because Brock Purdy is not good enough to get you over the hump.
Oh, yeah, not at all. Nobody with the $2 super chat. They're counting us out. I don't know how to count. Bars. Bar King?
Confirmed.
At nobody?
Confirmed.
Nobody in the chat?
Confirmed.
That is a bar. Man, I got to just read that one again. I see another super chat just came in. They're counting us out, but I don't know how to count. That is on some Dan Campbell type stuff there.
No, it is.
Charles McClain, $5 super chat. The thing about the Kirby INTs, both the play before Branch got a penalty. That's called a teammate picking up a teammate. Go Lions. And you know what? I don't know who said it. I think it was someone in the chat, and I feel like Justin might have said it too. But the 49ers were running some pick plays, in my opinion, that were, if you look at the tape, they were wiping Branch out a couple different times. I believe that some of those penalties came from some of the physicality on those plays that were going uncalled. And some of those to me were penalties.
And real quick, the play that TA got beat over the top, we need to put that in perspective too. I know y'all want to trash TA, and that's fine, bro.
Yeah.
But listen, he ran into Brian Branch as soon as the play started.
Yeah.
What more do you want from your corner, man? And he ended up getting beat because of it. But you got to give credit to the 49ers for having it drawn up like that, man.
And if the referees are not going to call it, then you're gonna have to continue to spam that
Yeah,
button.
absolutely.
Like, just a couple of them, I thought, like, come on, man. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter to me how much it works that the Lions won. The formula is win the game. We know that they're playing with not necessarily house money. Because we see with the 49ers, there's no such thing as house money. Your window closed, bro. If you don't hit, you done. You can be one of them dudes that's
They had an
sitting around.
elongated stretch.
That's what I'm saying. And now they looking like the dudes kind of just chilling around at MGM. Everybody else is playing because they still got chips in the game, and they sitting around looking like, dang, where do they go from here?
Yeah.
That's what I love about the Detroit Lions and how they run this organization. That's the epitome of the John Lynch clip versus looking at the Lions in their room because they know we got cap space still. We got Aiden Hutchinson coming back still. We can give him the bag, and we still got room for more of the bag. And then think about this. All these players that got that money, right? Tell me guys like Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown, who got bags, right? And Penei Sewell, who got bags, right? Mm-hmm. They're not the types of players that if we needed them to restructure for the purposes of trying to keep our Super Bowl window, you don't think that they will?
You know they will.
That's another thing that I think we forgot to point out when they got those contracts when they did. They set the market, they effed up everybody else's plans, and they set up their future better than everybody else's.
Yeah, but this is the benefits of having a good culture. You can go back and be like, hey, we might need you to restructure that money. and listen, they will do it without batting an eye because they know that at the end of the day, you actually give a damn about them, man. And that goes a long way. It does.
Yep, it does, man. And Burn with the $5 super chat before we get into this next segment. He says, they've been trying to bury us since Thanksgiving.
Yes, sir.
We've been throwing every shovel of dirt back in their face. Burn! I'm fired up! Because they absolutely have been doing that, man.
I got Kool-Aid hot.
Dog, who knew that was going to be an epic drop, man?
I don't know, man. We create magic, man. Pause.
We got to talk about Kirby Joseph. Summer, she already was look, get the hype train ready. Kirby is next. And you know what?
You got to show Kirby.
Everybody is saying that this guy deserves to be in the Defensive Player of the Year, or some people.
How do you not at this point?
Quandre Diggs online, a former Lion. Golly, who should probably have still been here. And Slay, but whatever. That's a whole nother story.
It's a different universe.
Well, hey, one more super chat before we get into the next segment. $9.99 from Jay Hart. Hey, shout out to you, Jay Hart. That guy supports on every platform.
Yeah, I've been seeing him.
Platform. Shout out to you, brother. One of our regulars, one of our OGs. He's even on some of the side channels, Woodward Clips, Woodward Pistons, like our personal pages and such. And I just like to call out when people are supporting us. Shout out to Devin the dog as well.
Hey, big shout out.
My man got that. He got the Pride of Inkster shirt for me, dog.
Oh, he did.
I'm gonna give it to my grandma who's still out there. It's fire when you see it.
Shout
fire.
out Devin, bro.
He also cashed out massive last night. He sent me a DM on Instagram. Brother cashed out for like $3,000 on 5 different parlays that all hit on the Lions last night.
You get a parlay. You get a parlay. You get a parlay.
This chat family is so dope, man. Hey, Jay Hart, $9.99. Yes, defense wins Super Bowls. I see what you did. This out the curbs. However, this offense will get you to the Super Bowl. Darn it. Defense will make timely stops. Fans, stop panicking. It's getting disgusting. Ride with us or GTFO and MCDC. We trust. And that was in all caps. So I had to make sure that I gave it some just due. And Phil DeYoung, did you get any sleep, KG? I do gotta say, shout out to you. I got rest, a little bit of rest last night because KG stepped up. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem, man. I mean, I was the only one there, so it wasn't like it was many options. But hey, you know how I step up when needed. But man, 2.5 hours of sleep, man. But when you sell your body to the game, man, you have nights like that. It is what it is.
We're never gonna have times like this again. We talk about the 49ers in their window. Think about where we are right now. In the middle of the Detroit Lions having their best years ever, man.
Once again, they're setting franchise records, and we got to keep in mind it's 4 games left, man. 4 more wins, and the job is complete, man.
Yep. Hey, look, what friends we got to say what up, though, to JB Smooth?
We have to say what up to Woodward and Maine and the pregame show.
Let's go. That sounds like a KG.
Is it?
KG double dip.
Hey, well, it is what it is. I'll freestyle it if it is. But Woodward and Maine, man, shout out Big Dog Broder, and of course the legend Terry Foster this morning, man, coming in here giving y'all early Lions coverage, breaking down the game, man, and everything that they saw. A great way to start your mornings, man, every game day morning. And the pregame show, Neil and my boy Sean Belegian, man, you know they coming with the heat each and every week, man, from Second Best in downtown Detroit, one of the best bars for your pregame experience. And listen, Woodward Sports is the best network doing it. We got all the Lions coverage you need. So why would you go anywhere else? It's Woodward Sports, baby.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
The holidays are here. Don't know where to get your friends and family? Head to WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted for the Lions Super Bowl run. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. So make sure it's a happy holiday for you or the sports lover in your life. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
At Lady Jane's, we take the chore out of getting a haircut. Our talented stylist will deliver an industry-leading haircut, relaxing scalp massage, the best hot lather neck shave in the game, and a hot towel. Treatment open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Be stretched out like Jay Bates in Lady Jane's.
don't be stretched out that much. But hopefully Jake Bates got you some
that
cash
massage feel good, man.
The other day with Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of us here at Woodward Sports. Scan that QR code on screen. Use code word Woodward1000. You can deposit up to $1,000, and all you have to do is place a minimum of a $20 bet. And you know what? If it doesn't hit, they will throw it right back into your account with no question to ask. But you know what? You hit all your bets yesterday, so there are no questions to be asked. It's Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of us here at Woodward Sports.
Oh, time and time again, they just can't let us live, man. And if we're supposed to die, then just let us die, and they just won't. As we're talking about the lack of respect that the Detroit Lions get, even though they have earned it, here we go, right in the middle of the show. Hey, no longer the NFC King, the Get Up Crew points to one reason. This is via ESPN. They think the Lions are not the best team in the NFC despite the record. And you know what's crazy?
Greeny.
On the screen, they got ranks in the NFC North this season. Points per game, one at 33.3 points per game. Opponents' points per game, fourth fewest allowed, 20.8. Despite the defense, the issues on the defense, they're still a top 5 defense and the number 1 offense. And you're telling me that's the team to doubt? Every week, it's just like, this is what you got to do. You run to the table to just try and throw dirt on the Lions. Hey, man, shout out to JB cooking up the Honolulu Blue Line, because that's what I'm feeling like right now, bro.
Shout out to the super chat as well, too, from Marcus Crenshaw.
Hey, shout out, man. Haven't seen you before.
Active service member from Detroit, living in Italy, tired as fuck from watching the game at 2 a.m., but well worth it today after that victory. Love the show from this side of the world. Makes me feel like I'm back at home. Shout out to you,
Marcus, man.
Marcus, my dog, man. We appreciate you, and we appreciate your service too, bro.
Shout out to Marcus, man. I saw that come in. It was just like, dog, man. The chat family's on. Randall Smalls, any ideas on who we might get back for Sunday? I know that there's been talk of Anzalone and potentially, I think Carlton Davis might be a playoff return, but I know that Anzalone was one that Dr. Pierce was saying could be back for that last game against the Vikings, which
we need.
We need that
in
last
the worst
night,
way.
Yeah, that was getting picked on last night.
Yeah.
Jack Campbell was out there doing his darndest.
And he still led the team in tackles. But, I mean, in terms of coverage, what you going to do, man? George could have one of the best in the game. That was really their only source of offense. It's really just him and Deebo Samuel in order to carry them through games. But, yeah, man, your linebacking core got attacked last night.
It got attacked. They got picked on. It was almost as if they knew that's the game plan. I do believe that Aaron Glenn is going to have a better game plan to go, but maybe part of it was setting up Brock Purdy to feel a little bit more comfortable in that game than he actually was, because you have to, in my opinion, with the way that the Lions talk about turnovers, you have to manufacture them. And there were a couple weeks where they didn't have the turnovers, and you could tell.
Not through the air. They had fumbles, but not through the air.
They had some fumbles. But there was a couple games where they actually broke their turnover streak. Where they didn't get a turnover, and they still won, but you could tell it looked a little different. Earlier in the season, when they were out there just roughhousing people, it was because they were picking up turnovers, 1 and 2 a game, and and the offense was absolutely capitalizing on them, like we saw last night. And to be able to get back to those roots, especially when you have ball hawks like Brian Branch, when you have ball hawks like the guy we're going to talk about now, Kirby Joseph, man. That, to me, he put them in the right position at the end of that game to be able to have interceptions. And there's a couple times this season where we saw Terry Arnold drop an interception. We've seen Kirby have multiple opportunities at even more. He probably could have more. By the way, his 9 interceptions are the most by a Detroit Lion cornerback or secondary member, or by just a Detroit Lion, period, in 40-plus years.
Wow.
That's Kirby Joseph. And on the game last night, we do know the 2 interceptions, and he had opportunities to have more. But Kirby Joseph, he just showed out last night. Other members of the defense, like Jack Campbell, Brian Branch, even TA, they showed up, man. But Kirby Joseph, 6 total tackles, 5 solo, and 2 passes deflected in addition to those 2 interceptions.
He is everywhere, bro. And listen, I know Kirby Joseph isn't necessarily the quote-unquote complete safety or complete secondary player, but what he does, like hawking the ball, man, and just being opportunistic and being at the right place at the right time, I think that accounts for something. We need to start talking about him as one of the better safeties in our game of football. Like, and honestly, he should be Defensive Player of the Year this year, because, I mean, he just goes out there and executes, man. When you need a big turnover, who's normally behind it? It's normally Kirby Joseph. And Brian Branch doesn't get as many because of how they utilize him all over the field, so he doesn't always have those opportunities. But Kirby Joseph is more of a free-flowing player, and he is able to go out there and just play with rhythm, follow the ball and make plays. He was watching Brock Purdy's eyes the whole time on both of those interceptions, man. I think Justin called it out on the broadcast, playing that single high safety. That's an adjustment Aaron Glenn made, throughout the second half. And he was able to just, when Brock Purdy sailed those passes, he was right there to catch him, man.
Yeah. And I see 14 Green. He said 412 yards in the air, and Ricky Pearsall looking like Jerry Rice. Come on. I'm sorry. These were some of the same complaints that I heard from fans down the stretch last year as well.
Yeah.
We already know the position that this defense is in when you're losing, when they've lost so many pass rushers, so much on that defensive line, so much as it relates to their linebackers. They're down to hoping Jalen Reeves-Maybin, who we were hoping we got even better play than we saw last night because of the type of leader he is. He has played linebacker in the system before. He is a special teams captain, but that's what he entered the season as.
Yeah.
Our linebackers that we knew were going to go out there and do work, those guys are all injured. If we had just a Malcolm Rodriguez out there last night, the complexity of the game, in my opinion, from the linebacker spot changes. He was having a really good season up until he got hurt. Definitely stepping up, filling in, and playing a big role and having a big impact on this defense. And so for me, this is about how do you manufacture your turnovers, how do you manufacture your wins, how do you manufacture the stops that you have to have. And this Lions defense has proven, even if we're down 10-plus people, starters, stars, all pros, best players at their positions in the league, new $20 million men like Aleem McNeil, even though we're down all of these players, we're still going to go out there and we're going to win.
Yeah.
That, to me, is what it's all about.
Fans got to realize it's not about stats at this point. It's about going out there and just making plays, man. You have to make plays to win football games. And that's where they at right now.
They sold out too. How many rushing yards did San Francisco have as a team?
Not a lot.
75 as a team, bro. As a team. And Deebo Samuel got 16 of those. Brock Purdy got 12 of those. So it's like they put the entire running game, they put that into a suitcase and said, holla at us next time we play. That's just what happened. And so it's like, look, this team has to figure out what are they going to do to make sure they can checkmate every single team, because you're not just going out there and saying, hey, let's spam the Aiden Hutchinson spin move. Let's just, hey, you know what? Aleem McNeil is going to go out there, club a offensive lineman, and then stuff the run. Like, that's just not happening right now. So right now you have to figure out how you're getting a dub. And to know that this team can manufacture that, Aaron Glenn is doing enough. These players are stepping up enough, like Kirby Joseph, to make sure this team can still go on without missing a beat.
Yeah, and I got to shout out Kirby's numbers, man. 77 total tackles on the season with 16 games played, and 9 interceptions, man. That is crazy. Almost double-digit interceptions.
That's crazy. And $5 super chat from Burn.
12 passes defended, my bad.
We have the 3 Vikings boogeymen in our backfield. Iffy, Branch, and public enemy number 1, Minnesota, Big Curb, father of the Packers. Shout out to him. And you know what? I know someone who came in this morning fired up about Kirby Joseph. What up, though? Summertime, summer breeze, summer weathers. We're going to figure it out, man.
I love it all.
I thought it was winter.
I'm all three of them.
Till she walked in.
What up, though, man? We talking about Kirby Joseph, 2 interceptions. Some people out there, like Quandre Diggs, former of the Lions, believes he should be in that Defensive Player of the Year conversation. And you think about the impact he's made. This Lions team has a couple losses in it if we would have lost Brian Branch at the end of all this. I mean, Kirby Joseph. There's been games where his interceptions led directly to some pretty big outcomes.
Yeah, no doubt. I definitely believe that he should be Defensive Player of the Year. And last month, you had asked me who was my top 5 Lions player. I included Kirby, and after yesterday's game, this is exactly why. So he's going to remain on my list. But yeah, like you said, KG, earlier, BB and Kirby, they complement each other so well.
No,
it's like
absolutely.
a duo, like, it's unmatched.
Yes.
It's unmatched.
So
And
I definitely believe Kirby will be defensive.
yeah, it is. It's absolutely unmatched, man. And that's what I love, man. What about you, that dude, Justin? We talking about Kirby Joseph. We got the 2 interceptions. I love the KG reading off the stats on the season, because it puts even more into perspective just the type of season he's having. I'm hoping people get he's doing this with, like, what they're on pass rush combination, 4?
Yes.
Like, this defensive line it's gotten depleted. And
Yeah.
he's still going out there. Usually, if you tell me that he's gonna have the most interceptions in the franchise in the last 45 years, I'm telling you Aiden Hutchinson playing that they have a good pass rush.
Yeah.
What up, though, that dude, Justin?
Hey, I mean, Kirby Joseph continues to impress, and the way that AG adjusted to move Iffy and Brian Branch into the box, and then Kirby Joseph was one high. Though he breaks on the ball so quick and so clean and so aggressively, where when he had the pick on Ricky Pearsall didn't even have a chance.
Nope.
He cut right in front of him, was aggressive, and made a beautiful play on the ball. And that's just something you can't teach. Kirby Joseph just has that instinct and has that awareness to be an elite safety. He is a true quarterback back there. He sees the entire field. And to be a one high safety and not have any help other than you back there, and still manage to be that aggressive and make those plays to get interceptions and swing the game, just says how elite he is, even without Brian Branch back there to help him. He did that solo, being the only over-the-top coverage the entire second half.
Yeah, and you know what? That's a good observation as well. And just to know that some of these guys are now playing a little bit out of position, and when you talk about the schemes that Aaron Glenn has to scheme up, you're looking at players like Brian Branch, who started the season being able to just really focus on safety, and now he's going to be in a position where they're going to need him a little bit more all over the field. Yeah. And it is putting him, honestly, in a little bit of a pressured situation, but look at these guys still continuing to go out there and do work. The one thing I know is this: Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph, these are not people, no matter how you think, even if you think, yeah, I got one over on them, you don't want to deal with them for an entire game.
No, absolutely
not at all. The punishment that they're going to inflict, and then the fact that if he's back in, just getting back into game shape. I can't wait, dog. Bring on the Vikings. Like I said, I know this is Victory Tuesday, but we don't got a show tomorrow. We got 2 days, 2 days, Thursday and Friday, where we're gonna definitely tee up this Vikings Lions matchup. It's crazy that the week feels that short now.
Yeah, but we know what it is. Just go win. It don't matter how it look. It don't matter. It doesn't have to be pretty at this point. Just go get a dub.
Hey, go get a dub. And you know what? Hey, JB Smooth, let's see if there's any Lions and Kirby Joseph fans in the chat, or if they believe that Kirby shouldn't be Defensive Player of the Year. Let's get those likes up, man, that like poll. But what friends you want us to say what up, though, to?
Let's see. Dr. Pierce
Hey, you know what? Attention sports fans. Don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine. Join the doc, Dr. Pierce, every Tuesday on Big D Energy, every Thursday on Ermanni Evers, where he's offering you top-notch injury advice. You got to trust the guy that D-Mac trusts. And
DMAC.
Hey, you got to. And he's been on point, man.
Shout out Maria.
He's been on point too, man. The doc, I get you. Run DMAC.
Yeah.
Dr. Jeff Pierce, man, he's here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more info, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
When you give to the Salvation Army, your donation makes it possible to serve our community's most vulnerable. 24 hours a day, 365. The Salvation Army of Metro Detroit's 2024 Red Kettle Christmas campaign is still going on right now. And even though the goal is high, anything that you can give always helps and it always matters. Your contributions will help provide love beyond this Christmas to individuals in need of food, shelter, and just compassion. Scan the QR code on screen or go to donate.sagreatlakes.org so you can donate today.
Hey, what up, though, people? Welcome back. It is Wake Up Woodward. We appreciate you guys for kicking off the day with the WUW Crew. If you haven't gotten the opportunity to, go on ahead and smash that like button.
Smash that.
Hey, it's another victory show.
Yes, sir.
It's another victory show. And it's because the Lions continue to prove everybody wrong, and they're going to continue to do that the whole season. I don't know who asked earlier, and they said if we got to a certain amount of likes, could we get Flannel's comments on J-Mo? We're not to that certain amount of likes yet, but I know the chat family's going to come through. So we did get some comments from Flannel already. He said, I never would have thought that the majority of J-Mo's yards last night would have come on a lateral. Ben Johnson is a demon.
He is a madman. Lock him up.
Yeah, hey, we're going to. And we'll see if we get some video from Flannel before the end of the show. We'll make sure that we play that as well. Shout out to you, brother.
Yeah.
Hope you feel better soon, man.
I hope you took the day off to go on fanatics.com and get that jersey prep, bro. You might want to get it engraved, embroidered. Do what you got to do, bro, because you getting that jersey.
No, we got to shoot that content. Like, he has to go to, John U, the store out there, grab a jersey.
Oh, yeah, we're doing the whole thing of it, too. We're going to take around all the places J-Mo hangs out at. We're going to go to Cass Tech, where J-Mo watched the football game.
To Cass Tech.
We're going to Coney Island he went to.
At 12?
Yeah.
At night?
No. Oh.
You know you got to go at, like, midnight, bro.
Yeah, we got to go at, like, 2, 3 in the morning.
We should.
You should.
Hey,
I'm just so sick of his act, bro. I'm so sick of his act.
Coney in the city at night? It's a.
Aren't you tired of the J-Mo
awesome
act?
time, bro. I love it.
You ain't tired of J-Mo? The J-Mo act by now?
What, the J-Mo act?
Yeah.
I love J-Mo, bro.
Really?
I absolutely love J-Mo. These people who are tired of J-Mo can go and kick or rock. But I get you, man. This whole you can't. You know what? I know we're supposed to talk about any concerns with the defense, but I don't got no problem talking about Jamison Williams.
We got to show him some love
for a few minutes here because just the exuberance he has. You talk about a person. John F. and Lord, I see you, bro. That was you who asked about the flannel stuff. I got you. I want to make sure I shouted him out. But when you see the exuberance, when you see the notions that he carries, like, bro, like, we're next level. We winning. This is what we do. Blah, blah. That's where I'm just like, fans, listen to what he's saying. Get behind what J-Mo is saying. He is the epitome of this thing. A lot of what we thought we could do this year, a lot of people didn't even believe that it was going to be Jamison Williams playing a big role. A lot of people were split. So now it's like you're looking at this team being able to step up the way they do, and that's where I do believe that how this Lions team is, I believe that Jamison Williams is one of those kind of epitomizers of this season and how it's going. These overcomers who cares about the noise, who cares about the people who count you out. Just go out there and handle your business. Don't even care about how it looks. Don't even care about if it's a combination of this and that. It's just go out there and make plays. And that was what was interesting about his comments last night. He was like, we got playmakers. And Ben Johnson's going to continue to put us in the right position to succeed. So shout out to Jamison Williams. You're talking about a big play merchant. You can count on it every single game. And in the Lions, you can tell that they know, hey, this is something to lean more and more into. He can handle this. He looks so much more confident. Even last year when we had hopes for him, this year he looks confident as a receiver, as a blocker, as a runner. He's doing his thing.
No, absolutely. He's entering that conversation now of being the best number 2 receiver in the league. And with his ability and his skill set, he can be arguably a top 10 receiver in this league in the future. Like what he does on the field, just in terms of like utilizing his speed, he has, like I said, the NFL's most coveted skill. If you can just go out there and let J-Mo get open space in any way possible. Last night we saw it in short routes. It wasn't the big long bomb. It was coming across the middle and then Amon-Ra hitting you on time with the pitch and you just turning your burners on and getting to the end zone, man. J-Mo's route tree is like it's complete. And we need to start recognizing that. Like, this guy can go out there and he can single-handedly take the game from you. And I think opposing defenses know that. They have nightmares staying up trying to scheme for J-Mo at this point, because if you sell out for J-Mo, that's going to open up Amon-Ra. That's going to open up Laporta. That's going to open up the run game even more. So what J-Mo has brought to this team is just a different level, like just unlocking Ben Johnson, who was already a madman and creative at making plays. It's unlocked him to the 10th degree, and now he can go out there and literally call whatever he wants because you got a speed demon on your side, man, and he can flip a game at a moment's notice.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, J Hart 199 Super Chase said J-Mo is shadow, not tails. Big play, Waymo. Hey, you know
Waymo.
what?
I need Waymo.
Anti-hero type energy. I love it. And you know what? Calvin Whitney says, let's be honest, our offense has to outplay all offenses head-to-head until we have sufficient defensive players back. We could lose against better playoff competition like who? The MVP of the league? I'll wait. We've been playing them all season. I will wait. The Packers? You know what I'm saying? Like, which one? I'm sorry. Jared Goff is the perfect man. We've seen him put up perfect hats. They were bragging about how perfect he started that game, and when we needed him to be more perfect, what the deal was. Other offenses and defenses have to play perfect. That's what they have to do, period. It's not about the Lions can continue to go out there to the tune of 14-2. They've been without a defense most of the year. They've been scrapping pieces. We were just like, David Long Jr. was just here, bro.
Yeah.
And he's no longer here. They've been just, hey, let's flip the patty, burger done, get it off the grill. Get another patty on there, burger done, get it off the grill. It's an assembly line and they're still doing work. At what point in time are you going to realize they're averaging 33 points a game?
Biggest point differential. You got to go out there and
score over that. Our defense still isn't that. Go and look at the last 5, 6, 7 games. They're still not allowing major amounts of points. So that's where I'm just like, the fans that are concerned and worried and this and that, that's where I'm just like, you're entitled to feel the way that you do, but this team has consistently proven that they're different than this. How come other teams, we can see other teams lose their whole quarterback and you know what? Philly wins a Super Bowl. We can see that Chad Henne's going to play big minutes and drives for the Chiefs. He ain't nowhere near Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
But we understand this. How come that we see the Lions in the flesh beating good teams They've only lost 2 games all season. They lost Aiden Hutchinson early.
Yeah.
They smacked the Vikings the next week.
People just still can't believe their eyes. That is the Detroit Lions doing this shit to them.
Right now.
That's all it is, man. And you just need to get with it, man. Get with it or get lost. This team is different. And now we have multiple years of data that support the fact that they know what the hell they doing.
Yeah, Real K77 499. He said not a lot to say, but go Lions.
That's all you need to say, K. Appreciate you, bro.
And when we talk about the defense, right? Because I know that's what we were supposed to talk about, the concerns with the defense. I think that you have to have a level of concern with the defense because you've lost your stars. It's not going to look the way that you've prepared in the beginning of the season. But to know that this coaching staff and the players that they are identifying and selecting to go out there and make a difference has led to only 1 loss in the first half of the season, 1 loss in the second half of the season. In the first loss, they had their defensive players there. They weren't dealing with injury. I think Davenport might have been a little bit hobbled.
Yeah.
But they got 2 losses on the season. They've overcome a lot. They beat Dallas. They beat the Packers. They beat the Vikings. They beat the Texans. Like, that's what I'm saying. What are people, who do they have to beat next? Because when you talk about going into the playoffs, what is this better team that has this offense that's going to go out there and put up 35 points on us?
I don't know.
It's going to go out there and put 40 in the NFC. Who's doing that?
I don't see it.
That's what I'm talking about. So it's just like, look, until somebody does it, right now the trend is that the Lions are the ones that other teams are chasing still. That's how good they've been. Randall Small's $5 super chase says, think it's funny, start of season talk of Kelsey's lateral. Now the Lions perfect the lateral. And it, you know what? The Lions have been just going and taking whatever they want. Ben Johnson said that the well is very deep.
He wasn't lying.
He wasn't lying. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you telling me that the Lions can't go and put up 35 points on the Vikings defense?
Yeah. And it's just the time that he calls these plays. It's not just drawing it up. It's the way in periods of the game that he executes the plays.
Checkmate type stuff. Yeah, just like when Aaron Glenn goes and dials up, hey, Kirby Joseph, go get it done. That was look at the second one where he went and took it. He took it.
Yes, sir.
That was a design.
It was.
Hey, you look at how all of the players were positioned. You could screenshot it and then look back at Iffy's interception. Look back at Kirby had another one against, I think, the Packers.
Yep.
Look, the plays are the exact same, and I don't know what Aaron Glenn is doing all game to put these quarterbacks in these comfortable positions to say, game is on the line, throw it. Look, how many times we've seen this? We talk about Kirby Joseph's interceptions. They've come in some big moments. They've come to close games out. And so it's like, look, until somebody shows they're beating this, because it took an MVP effort from Josh Allen. It didn't take just good quarterback play. Josh Allen was out there like playing backyard football, as if I am the best player on the field. I'm putting this on my legs and on my arms. That's what barely beat the Lions.
14 teams have tried, 14 teams have failed. That proof in the pudding right there. Franchise record and wins.
Goodness gracious. But we got to talk about the defense. Just, where's your concern level at with this defense and everything the Detroit Lions still have in front of them?
I'm not. I'm just. We can break it down, but
so at ease.
I'm on my Jared Goff shit, man. I'm not really worried about the defense at this point. Like, they gonna make plays when they need to make plays, and listen, it can't look pretty all the time. Get over it. But AG is going to have these guys making plays when it matters.
Oh, so you're telling me that it has to look pretty for the Lions, but not for the Chiefs? They can just pudge along the whole season, and it's okay how they win, even if it's not pretty.
Well, when you got 3 Super Bowls, you afforded that right.
Hey,
but
there you go.
It is what it is. But
we'll tip that cap. But when you look at a team like the 49ers, how long did they continue to just scoot them along too?
Yeah.
I heard last year, I was told last year, I heard them scooting along the Philadelphia Eagles. I heard them scooting along certain teams that just cratered down the stretch. And I get it, at that time the Lions weren't proven. But right now, why are people so quick to try and be like, oh, they're done?
Yeah.
That's what
looking
makes
for a
it
reason,
so much
bro.
more fun, man. Because you're right, man. This defense, I'm like, didn't we see this already last year?
Bro, they have a 10 times better defense than last year. And they got to the NFC Championship with a bottom-ranked defense last year. And the offense and the defense are better. So what does that tell you? Like I said, I have no worries at this point. Just show up when you need to show up, play your damn game, and I feel like we'll be fine. Hey, like, honestly, at this point.
Man, we ain't voice of reason. JB Smooth, Woodward Sports MVP.
Jay Bizzle.
You just, hey, and shout out Don't Talk Politics at the dinner table with the $4.99 super chat. Shout out to you, man, for the super chat and all of the support this morning. Woo Cypher coming soon. We probably do. But JB Smooth, man, the concerns, because you're the voice of reason. All season I've been like, I'm good. And I get it. KG's like, look, Been in football, we got to see this thing through. I want to see that they can overcome. They've overcome. He's like, I'm good. Where are you at right now, Voice of Reason? Are we being a little too just, not putting the right amount of concern or level of concern with this defense and the issues that they face?
No, I don't really think so. I mean, I feel like week to week we're always asking that same question, what is your level of concern? But then they just go out there and they do stuff like this. They like prove everyone wrong once again that like, hey, even though we're hurting on defense, we still got this. There's no worry. There's no need to worry about anything. Aaron Glenn is still going to scheme up something that, even though the first half didn't look as promising as everyone thought, and you've seen a lot of people in the chat just like immediately with the fire AG thoughts once again.
That was so funny.
Look, that second half was a tale of two halves. Now what? We're sitting pretty. We're looking nice right here. The defense is looking a lot better. And every single week, you bring up that question. What is your level of concern? It's none no more. It's none anymore. Like, what is there to be concerned about now?
Remember when Aaron Glenn stepped to the podium weeks ago? I was like, why should we be concerned?
Right.
He looked at y'all like, what? What?
What are you asking me right now?
And it was sucking because it wasn't like he was talking to outside media. It wasn't like he was talking to outside. He was talking to Detroit.
Yeah.
Like, we see it. We're looking all across. Y'all worried? Bro, we going to the dance. We getting ready for the tournament. We getting reinforcement. What y'all talking about?
And AG has proved this season, like, he is that man. Like, he took the talent that he had and made the best of it. Like, at the beginning of the season, we had way more talent, and they executed. The people go down, we still executing. I mean, undefeated since Aiden Hutchinson went down. Well, only one loss, but still. But even still, that's pretty fucking miraculous, bro. Like, we got to look at this for what it is, man. This man is in here chefing it up. And he was chefing it up last year with a lot lesser parts, and he's doing it again this year, man.
Hey, I love it. Let's get into this next segment. Greg Allspot, see 199 Super Chat.
Shout out.
The Lions, they just find a way to win.
You damn right, Greg.
Absolutely love it, man. Absolutely love it. Let's say what up, though, to some friends. JB Smooth.
Oh, absolutely. I got to tell you guys about Jars Cannabis.
Oh, that weed.
Oh, yeah. All right, Woodward
weed.
sports fans. Whether you're hitting the game or just chilling, Jars Cannabis has you covered. Jars is home to Michigan's largest line of recreational cannabis products. They've got 27 locations across the state, so they are repping Michigan in a big way possible. 9 locations right now in Metro Detroit, so there's always one nearby you. And don't fear, because if you live in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Milan, Michigan, get ready because new stores are coming very, very soon. It's Jars Cannabis. You want to get high?
Damn right.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Listen, man, I know y'all looking for a new car, man. It's New Year's. You want to get in something new and feel good, man. But Les Stanford, they got you covered, man. Beat the holiday rush and get amazing deals from Les Stanford Chevrolet. Right now, a Blazer EV 2LT with all-wheel drive is only $149. You need that all-wheel drive in case that snow come. Or check out the Equinox EV LT for only $169 per month. Go to Les Stanford today or click on the QR code on the screen and check out their massive inventory. Don't forget, Les Stanford has Cadillac, Buick, and GMC as well. Les Stanford in Dearborn and Ferndale, LesStanford.com.
Hey, that's right. New Holland Brewing Company watch party. I was like, yo,
you was in the zone. Man. I feel like you had some bars ready to go.
Hey, one of them Kool-Aid joints right there. I did add some. This is one we're gonna have to bring back Bar King eventually, bro. But it is the New Holland Brewing Company watch party. Join Woodward Sports and the heavyweights, as well as many of our extended family. They show up for these things live at Hayes Social in Shelby Township. It is the ultimate way to watch this game if you're not at the game. You want to be here for the Vikings one. It's going to be hype. It's going to be live. I think we're going to have a lot of our people in the building that day. It's going to be epic, and we want you guys a part of it all. Great food, great drinks as well. But the atmosphere, the environment, with all of the Detroit Lions faithful in the building, it's going to be a time, man. Only on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. And then right after, we got the post-game show. Instant analysis brought to you by Stick and Anson. And also, you all. If you're in the building, we'll give you the mic, get you on camera. If not, we'll let you guys call in and be a part of the show to give your take on what we know is going to be a dub. And next week's going to be an epic victory post-game show when we clinch the #1 seed and when we lock down that NFC North title. All of this is brought to you by Tangerine Space Machine, talk to your local long drink, 1800 Tequila, Soroki's, and Sabbath Coffee.
Hey, and shout out to everybody that came out to Hayes Social last night, man. The experience was crazy, especially for a meaningless game. The energy in the room was absolutely amazing. Shout out Freddie Felt. He came all the way down with Wifey, man. And, he was sitting with us the whole time, man. He was a big part of it. Shout out to my boy Eric, too, man. Eric, longtime viewer of Woodward Sports. He say he tapped in with us. He tapped in with Big D Energy, all the shows, man. He's been a big fan of the network. So shout out. Shout out to him, man.
That's dope, man. And just to be able to meet a lot of the chat family through the year at these watch parties and in the city and such, it's been awesome, including like the content and all that. I know we're going to definitely try and get a lot more of that. I know Justin's going to be holding it down this Sunday as well in that capacity. And shout out to these guys as well. Again, our crew. I love the Wake Up Woodward crew. I love Woodward Sports. I love what these people do, man, here. Devin the Dog, I see you, my brother. $9.99 super chat. FTV.
All day.
He says, David may be coming back this week. Oh, man. Bro, I didn't even
I don't think. They saving him to the playoffs. They trying to get him back for that playoff.
But, I'm still going to be hyped. He says, I'm the betting GOAT. What a way to end the year. Shout out Inkster. Shout out the crew. We up. Hey, I love it. I love it. And I saw another super chat in here, too, man. People are feeling good on this Victory Tuesday, man.
We appreciate it,
Freddie
man.
fell through on 3. You called out his name. $1.99 super chat. Bang, bang. Cancun Niners gang. I love it, man. Send them boys to early vacation. And that's what the Detroit Lions do. You talk about, when are the Lions, they're going to get popped by a better team. No, that's what the 49ers did.
Mm-hmm.
They both got injuries. We ran into teams that got injuries this year.
Yeah.
Lions got more than everybody else. They're not getting popped. They just continue to win. We can look at the other teams that came in with expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Even the Texans. People say, yeah, but they got injuries. But then
cares?
how come? But then when you talk about the Lions, you say, well, they're gonna fall off because they have injuries. Like, yeah, don't have it both ways.
It's
man.
get down or lay down, bro.
FTB, I'm seeing it. Tabitha Gable, everybody in the chat, man. Summer Weathers, I see you, Summer. We up, Detroit, man. That's what it is. And you know what? I don't even. Let's just spend maybe a minute or two. Your quick, just feeling on Detroit Lions, Minnesota Vikings.
I feel like there's no way that Minnesota comes into this Ford Field on this day and pulls a victory out. Like, I do not see it. And you got to give them credit because they've gotten this far. I mean, 2 NFC North teams with 14 wins. I think this is the first time ever they had 2 14-win teams going for the #1 seed in the NFC. So what they've done has been amazing. And I got to put respect on Kevin O'Connell's name. I've been on record saying that it was somebody I needed to see more from. And this year he took somebody in Sam Darnold and made it work. all in the preseason, we all had the Vikings probably at the bottom of the division or fighting it out with the Bears to be the worst in the division. And they have just rose to the occasion every single time. But with that being said, the brand of football is not the same. If you look at what the Lions have done, and if you look at what the Vikings have done throughout their season, it looks totally different. And when you're going to come into this game with everything on the line, you best believe Dan Campbell and them boys, they know how much this game means. They know everything is on the line. And this is why games like last night is so important. They are already in that mode. They already in that mindset. This is the playoffs for them. And it starts this Sunday. Let's get it.
Freddie Fellas asking if we can get Flannel's love going. Bang, bang, bang.
That's what I thought JB was going to play. I was waiting for the drop.
I mean, I can do it.
Let's go, man. Shout out to Flannel, too. Shout out to Freddie Felt, man.
It's my love going bang, bang, bang. It's my love going bang, bang, bang.
That's his Detroit Lions defense right now. It's big musket energy.
Yeah.
That's Kirby Joseph. I got two in me. Bang, bang, and that's the game.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Minnesota Vikings make 1 or 2 mistakes. That's game over. If the Lions make 1 or 2 mistakes, guess what? I'm sitting back like Jared Goff. Hey, listen, guys, we've been here. We've done that before. You want to rest? You want to rest on your laurels? Let's not do that.
Yeah.
Not around here. And that's the thing. Like, the confidence doesn't come from just, oh, our team, we haven't been here before. It's like, no, we sat back and we saw our team get it out the mud last year. We saw people disrespect them last year. We saw them beat narrative busters last year. We saw them do that the season before in the second half of the season. This is not something that's just overnight. And the other teams who haven't been paying attention, the other media and other fans, now all of a sudden they're having to do weird things, like act like their squad is on a level of ours, down 23 players. You're hoping to beat us. You're hoping to beat a team that has lost their top how many defensive players? You see what I'm saying?
A lot.
That's what I'm saying. That's where you guys are at right now. You're hoping. You're like, yeah, we can beat the Lions. Down 23 players, and it's going to be a battle. That's the thing. So I'm confident. I'm comfortable. You guys are happy about being not just second fiddle, because if the squad is there, I'm sorry, none of you guys matter. You matter even less than you do right now. That's the whole point of it. Shout out to the 49ers fans who were in the chats as well. They've been very, very respectful, even yesterday before the game.
Yeah. So, I mean, what else they going to be? Y'all season over. Oh, I love it. I love it.
And just real quick before we get into what's trending, JB Smooth, Summer, Kavasi, and Chase, that do Justin. I want to be able to just check the pulse of everybody. As you know, we got a short week to cover this game. But JB Smooth, I'm going to come to you first because I know you got to set up what's trending next. Just really quickly, your concern level or your temperature check. Detroit Lions, Minnesota Vikings.
I mean, after this game with the 49ers, you see the passion that this team has. You see that they came into Levi Stadium wanting to get their look back once again, and now it's on to Minnesota. It's a quick turnaround. I definitely believe that Dan Campbell and AG will have these boys ready to go for this upcoming Sunday, and now there's a lot more on the line. So you know this team is going to be more locked in than they have ever been before to try and lock up this number 1 seed right now. Hopefully we get some more guys back, but as of right now, my level of concern is extremely low. No matter what the outcome is, this team is set for big things in this playoff run.
That dude, Justin. What up, though? Talk to the people.
What up, though? And there is no concern. I'm cool as a cucumber over here. I have no fear of the Vikings, and I just truly believe that this team is just so special. They're so loaded. They're built properly. It is so hard to beat them if they play their best game. And I honestly think they're unbeatable if they play their best game. And I expect their best game next week against the Vikings at home. With the crowd noise, I expect us to put belts to ass on
BTA.
Sunday.
The Lions are Omar, man. Just go in the house.
Detroit's
when he come out, just go in the house.
Detroit's going to be rocking next week, bro.
It's going to be crazy.
Kavasi and Chase, talk to me, brother.
What up, though, everybody? Yeah, I mean, like, nothing to be worried about with the Vikings. Last time we went and played them, we went in Minnesota, gave them a 10-point lead, and came out on top still. So.
Oh, with Aiden Hutchinson or without? Oh,
without.
Oh, okay.
So.
Thank you. For that.
There's nothing to be worried about. The other Vikings team I can think of is the Jackson Vikings, and they suck. So never been fearful of any Vikings in my life.
Right.
So no plans on starting with it now. So shout out Tony Dungy, though. The field is named after him.
We're going to have the most fierce Viking in that game anyway. Shout out to Alexander Zaloni.
No, that's a fact.
Summer Weathers, save the best for last. I know I'm not even gonna ask what's the concern level. Where's the confidence level? Detroit Lions, Minnesota Vikings.
I'm not worried at all. The way that Jared Goff has been orchestrating the offense and the entire team has that grit mentality, I'm not worried at all.
Why should you
bring
be?
on the Vikings?
Bring on the Vikings,
Bring
and that's
them
where we
on.
at. I see some super chats, more super chat, and the chat has been smashing that like button. You guys have been on one. If you haven't gotten an opportunity to, let's run up the likes, because we know everybody out there looking. Minnesota Vikings fans, Green Bay Packers fans, Rams fans, they always show up right here. Let's show them how Detroit does it, because they're looking from the outside mad that this is the place where their teams are being talked about. Why don't y'all get your own Mall of America Sports Network? Hearthstone, $9.99 super
Mall
chat.
of America overrated, by the way. Mad overrated.
It is slightly. I
Shout
got
out
mad
Somerset.
overrated.
Shout out Somerset, man. Hey, the highest paid coordinators in the league right now make $3 million. If the Lions decide to pay Ben Johnson $8 million to stay, would he take it and would you do it?
I don't care.
I think the highest paid coordinators make more than $3 million, and they might be right here in Detroit on the table.
Yeah, blank check, bro. Whatever you want, bro. Like whatever you want.
But I get it. On the books, he's right. And I do. Hey, whatever they need to kind of keep this together, because when you talk about a Super Bowl window, usually you're talking a good 3-4 years. If you can keep that nucleus together during their Super Bowl window and then let everybody else disperse, and that to me is where their heads seem to be, then cool. And another thing that people underestimate, when Teddy Bridgewater got signed here, he started talking about the relationship and like the tutelage he had from Dan Campbell and Aaron Glenn. I'm like, when did you get this before? With the Saints. These guys have been together for a long time. Not that Aaron Glenn doesn't want to be a head coach. But can you imagine winning a Super Bowl with the person who helped you get this opportunity as well?
Absolutely.
Aaron Glenn earned everything that he's going to get. But to know that him and Dan Campbell and the fact that when Dan Campbell got the opportunity, he said, I'm getting my guy. You know what I mean? That stuff, I think that transcends a little bit more. And then when you hear that, no, they're not just saying family. Like how we say WUW family, and it really is a family. We looking out for each other. We got each other's backs. They say the same thing. And when you hear Ben Johnson talk about, listen, guys, yeah, a team was in the air to come meet him. The upstart Commanders were in the air when news broke that Johnson was like, nah. Then they asked him about it. He said, look, bro, my family loves it here. Like we love this community. We enjoy this here. We're not in a rush to leave. We like this. And though head coach is what obviously you want to be if you're a coordinator, he's like, we got an opportunity to do something special right here in a city that we love. So it's like, you know what? Those things factor into this. And when you got an owner like Sheila Hamp, when you have an owner like her who is prioritizing the people that she has here, the good people, you know what? That to me is where I'm not necessarily worried about what happens with them. I believe that they're going to make sure that the Lions are in a good position either way. And shout out to Berm, the $2 super chat. I selfishly want a division-winning tie Sunday. That would be awesome. Freddie Felt, $1.99 super chat. People die every day, B. You'll be all right. FTV.
Hey, it's an inside joke from last night, man. Shout out my boy Freddie, man. That was a hell of a broadcast, man. Shout out Justin, too, man. Picking your boy up, I appreciate you, bro.
Anything else to fire the people up before we say what up, though, to some friends and get into what's trending?
I mean, no, not really. Like I said, they keep making narratives. We're going to keep playing football.
I love these people around me. JB Smooth, what friends we got to say what up, though, because we got to get to the best segment that everyone loves. It's what's trending.
Yeah, we got to say what up to 1800 and Soroki's.
1800 tequila,
I know, right?
man.
Amon-Ra,
Listen.
St. Brown, and J-Mo. What a duo.
Yes, man. And listen, another great duo is Tequila and 1800, bro. Because they do it the right way, man. And we didn't get a chance to have this on the watch party last night, but best believe it is going up after this Sunday, man. 1800 Tequila, the official tequila of Woodward Sports Lions watch parties and the post-game show. Join 1800 Tequila and Woodward Sports every single Lions game this Sunday, week 18 against the Vikings. Everything on the line, live at Hayes Social in Shelby Township. And we turning up with 1800 Tequila, man. Proud sponsor of your and our Detroit Lions. It's the best tasting tequila. And please, y'all, drink responsibly.
I don't know what drink responsibly tastes like, but I might have to open an 1800 bottle once the Vikings, lose to our Detroit Lions right here, and eat some Soroki's at that as well too. Because Soroki's Chicken and Pizza, they are continuing on this football season with this limited time offer. They're debuting their fresh signature flavored wings. Grab your friends, order a New York style pizza, and add some wings onto that order as well too. Try one of their 7 different flavors right now, and always remember, if you don't have time to go in store, you can always go online and order at Sorokis.com.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
And shout out to the good people at Mark White and Associates, helping people get in a dream crib. And guess what, man? They will help you with up to $5,000 of your closing costs, man. Now, who you know doing that right now? $5,000? I wish I had $5,000. People just giving out money like this. This is crazy. I mean, Mark White need to be stopped at this point. But that's right. I said 5 G's, man. Yeah. Call Mark White and Associates today at 248-290-8242 or visit them at markwhitesales.com. Once again, man, take the number down, 248-290-8242 to make your dreams come true.
And when you get that new house, you got to celebrate with some New Holland Brewing Company, that Tangerine Space Machine, the new easy drinking IPA that is out of this world. It's smooth, it's juicy with refreshing crushability. Take your taste buds to the moons, grab yourself a can of this intergalactic haze of goodness. And I don't know if you know this, but this is the official beer of outer space, so it is on tap on the moon for you right now. Brewed by New Holland Brewing Company, so you can support locally. Go out and grab yourself a case today.
Jake Bates was smooth and juicy last night.
Hey, yo,
what up, Jake Bates?
Whoa,
I know we
whoa, he was on one. He was on one, dog. He was on one.
I can't say it right now. What up, though, Bates? What up, though, Jake Bates? We'll just leave
I
it
got
right
you,
there,
Master
man.
Bates.
I mean, it's like porn to me.
Hey, look. Sky Dog, I see you in the chat. He says, Terrell, Woodward Sports has complete, he's talking to Terrell Lamar, so chat family conversation.
Yeah.
Woodward Sports has complete disregard for the Vikings and others. Glad the Lions don't share their cocky opinions. Terrell Lamar, why not? We keep winning. They're supposed to disregard the teams we already beat. That's the thing. It's not even a disregard. I told you guys at the beginning of the season who was going to be the biggest threat to the Detroit Lions in this division.
Yeah.
The Vikings were. That's a lot of us said the Vikings with Sam Darnold, they play clean football. They have a decent squad over there. Before the season, people said their defense is going to have opportunity to make a difference, and they made some additions in the offseason to the running back room as well. So it's like nobody's disregarding them. This is just a notion of this. You guys are underestimating what the Detroit Lions are.
Yeah.
That's the point. Because you guys thought we were cooked the first time when we played. You guys thought we were cooked at last year's game. You guys thought we were cooked before that. Like, how many years in a row is it going to be cooked? The Packers. Don't you want to become like the Packers now? What is it now? 7-1 in the last 8 games?
I believe so.
So what are we supposed to be doing here?
What are we talking about?
We chased the legend out the division.
Y'all chasing us.
That's what I'm saying. We chased the legend out the division. And now Jordan Love, I was told that he was better than Jared Goff to start the season and halfway through the season.
And it's funny you brought up that Aaron Rodgers game. That also didn't mean anything.
You know what? Let's get into what's trending. What up, though? Let's spark up word to Josh.
I would just like to say one thing.
Yeah.
I will continue to disregard the Vikings.
Get your shit off. Hey, you and Neil. Neil is about to be insufferable this week. Vikings fans, hey, just put your seatbelt on, bro.
You guys are the biggest frauds. I could care less about you. You have Sam Darnold, that quarterback. I can't wait to drum you this Sunday. We already spotted you 10 points, and you still couldn't win.
Get your shit off, Justin.
Take that to the house, and we're going to kill you on Sunday.
I was told Sam Darnold was elite.
Hey, take it away, JB Smooth.
No,
whatever
I mean,
you want to say, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to, anything.
I mean, I was just told Sam Darnold was an elite quarterback, and Minnesota Vikings they were going to run the division. From what I was told. I was told.
We was told a lot of things. Man.
Let's go, man. Let's spark up word to Jars, because maybe some of those other people out there, maybe they could use that session, JB.
Maybe.
And now it's time for the most electrifying segment on the internet. Bum, bum, bum. It's What's Trending with JB. Live on Wake Up Woodward.
The baddest man on the planet, JB Smooth.
Let's rock.
Oh, you just nasty Kool-Aid. This is just wrong.
Hey, man. My boy Bates out there.
Jake Bates.
Big Bates.
This is a stretch, right?
That's how I started to wake my wife up last night.
Hey, do you think his lady was laying like Nala in The Lion King when he got home?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like Nala looking up at him.
Goodness.
This is the MVP of the game right here,
This
man.
is why
Jake
they be
Bates.
calling on Chase sometimes. Earlier he was like,
Oh,
coming
my
back.
God.
Chase, the commentary.
It's just the fact that they kept putting the camera on him, man. Like, this is gold right here.
All night to the same replay, just talking about it too. Like, look at what he's doing there, right?
My man looked like a 70s smut film.
He needs a thick mustache on him, bro.
Brown chicken, wow, wow.
Give him like the Magnum PI mustache, bro.
Summer, what were you thinking when you saw that, dog?
Just a whole bunch of stuff.
Dog, man.
It took you back to a good place.
I'm sorry, Jake Bates. I'm sorry,
It's too
Jake.
early
We gotta
for
keep
this
doing
shit.
this to you, man.
It's too early for this shit, dog.
I'm sorry, Jake. We got to
Crew
keep
is
doing
undefeated,
this.
bro.
Dog.
I'm sorry, but you know what? It's been a minute since I did What's Trending, so I got some Christmas stuff for you guys. But first, I got some notes because the first game of the year for the Pistons is tomorrow against the Orlando Magics, and if you go down, you can get stone cold out with this Detroit 316
man, you know
shirt
I'm in.
that is in the
I'm
shop
in.
right there.
So
1 day only at LCA. So if you're going down, go out and check out this Detroit 316 stone cold inspired shirt as well too.
That's my favorite basketball franchise and my favorite wrestler of all time, man. If somebody want to look out for your boy, man, New Year's Eve gift, makeup Christmas gift, this is it right here.
Wait,
I need that.
Piston shot?
Yeah, Stone Cold edition. You approve?
You approve?
We're going to see what we can do, man.
All right, man.
Hey.
My dog.
Once again, shout out to the Pistons as well too.
Thank you.
Shout out to Jared Goff for popping off with his offensive line's Christmas gift this year as well too. He said he was having a little bit of trouble, but somehow, some way, he ended up getting them a Yeti cooler that was packed full of Wagyu steaks.
I'll take it.
Wow.
I wish I was
guys
offensive
think?
lineman, man. That's it. That's a great gift.
Yo, I love it. And I remember I saw some people, they were making they were showing a difference between Brock Purdy's gifts to his offensive lineman and Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Whereas Brock Purdy, he was paid to give away some Toyota trucks to his offensive lineman. Whereas Jared Goff, he actually put thought into his gift.
Yeah.
He spent his own money.
That's smart, man.
That's so smart.
That's the offensive line. You need to keep them beefed up, bro.
And
Like,
bro, and that was just the Christmas gifts. That's not even the end of remember the end of the season last year? They got Jared's.
yeah,
This year they might get one of those exclusive Jared Goff rings.
that's true.
With the football leather and all that.
I love Jared Goff. Them rings is horrible though. We gotta keep it. We gotta keep it a buck. We gotta just be real about it.
Hey, let me just take one.
I don't know
of them
how he
steaks.
got the shit off with the rings, but this right here, and then this kind of double up is like a gift for yourself. Because if you get invited over for dinner, I mean, what you feel dinner gonna be like?
Don't you have to get invited over?
I feel like it.
If
yeah.
I buy you a Wagyu steak, don't you gotta invite me over?
Like the first day you cook it, I'm over.
The first day you cook is over. But shout out to Jared Goff for hooking up his offensive line as well too. KG, you ever been playing 2K and then you just forget what button to hit?
Yes.
And next thing you know your player's just doing some crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, all the
But
time.
It happened in real life too.
Gotcha.
Oh no!
That's crazy work.
What the fuck?
My man hit square too many times.
I'm trying to shoot.
Oh my God, dog.
He hit square too many times. I done did that, man. You go into the basket, but you double tap it on accident. They do
Yep.
the little layup.
Yep.
Oh
go in
my
there,
God.
You know you got to dunk too.
Yeah,
and
you
all
do.
of a sudden he's just like,
the cameras start flashing and then just like,
And you
oh
sitting
my
there,
God.
and it's that face we make too when you know we crying inside, but we sitting on.
Yeah, bro. That was the go-ahead bucket too.
Gang?
That was the go-ahead bucket. Like, oh my God.
Approach dunk.
That
Nah,
is
you didn't.
crazy.
Just so you know, glitches happen in real life. So sorry about
What
that,
was he
brother.
thinking about, bro?
Sorry about that. And finally, I will end what's trending with this. Man, I am so glad, bro, you do not play football.
Uh-oh.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Gender reveal gone wrong, everybody.
Dak Prescott, is that you? It looked like Dak a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you. That's a horror. You can't spike a football? Like, that's terrible, man.
I don't even know what to say.
Gender reveal's gone wrong, man.
That's why I don't like gender reveals. It's too much. It's too much. The baby shower, that's all you need, man. The gender reveal, you just trying to get more gifts at that point. But it is what it is, man.
Look, man,
2 weeks
Lions
is on.
beat the Vikings next week. Definitely throw one of those at me, bro. It's a celebration.
That's how we gonna be when we get that number 1 seed. Like,
Oh my gosh, man! Goodness gracious!
Kuwai's on wax for saying if we win, we could throw one of these at him. But that's it for what's trending, you guys. Let's hop into some mailbag while we got some time.
Hey, you know what? We will hop into some mailbag. Let's hear from our good friends from Feldman, and we got a super chat, and we will read a couple mailbag questions. Get your questions into the chat, man. Let's rock.
hey, I got y'all, man. And Feldman Chevrolet has you as well, man. Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer with 18 locations. There is a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit feldmanauto.com to find the nearest location to you. Since 1996, Feldman Auto has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. Catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet every other Monday. It's Feldman, baby.
Hey, let's rock. And you know what? It's time for the Wake Up Woodward mailbag segment presented by Feldman Automotive Group. And Dante151 $4.99 super chat.
Shout out.
He says, Jake Bates is like, paint me like one of your French girls. When he was stretching last night to go 4-4 on field goals.
My man was bottling.
FTV. And you know what he did, man? He put some field goals up. For as much conversation as it is about Dan Campbell going for it on 4th down, it's like, no, he's utilizing the kicker as well, man, when he has to. But I saw another comment in here while we're waiting for some of the Feldman mailbags to get in here. Tabitha Gable, did you see how mad San Fran's cheerleaders were about the Jared Goff chants last night?
Hey, man, what you gonna do, man? Lions fans take over stadiums. That's what we do.
That was epic to see, like, J-Mo. You saw him, like, doing the selfie and posing with the fans and all of that. Like, Detroit fans were epic all day, kind of on social media, just following along and seeing different people posting their advantages in San Francisco, like taking over bars, all in the hotel lobbies, showing their trek over the tailgates, and then in the arena. Loudly hearing Jared Goff chants through the broadcast, bro.
That's
that
crazy.
was epic.
Just
man.
imagine what a Super Bowl would look like, man. It would be like
It's
a home
all-
game.
It's from Detroit.
It'd be a glorified home game
To Pontiac, bro.
Yeah.
Woodward is going to be absolutely packed. But I see some Feldman mailbag questions are in the chat. Mason Leach, Feldman mailbag. What's everyone's expectations for Michigan football today against Alabama and the ReliaQuest Bowl? Game is at noon.
A loss.
I mean, anyway. I mean, I'm not expecting like a whole lot. I do hope they go in there and win, but ultimately, you know, you're missing some of your key players, and
Everyone
that's just
opted out.
Yes,
Literally everybody opted out.
Exactly. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. This is what college football is at this point. But hopefully they can go in there, get a bowl win. It puts a kind of a bow tie on the season that, you know, started off rough, but you kind of salvaged at the end.
Hey, man, look, Jaden Davis legacy game. Just let him play.
I want to see Jaden Davis get some.
You heard he's staying at Michigan. He has no plans to transfer.
That's what I wanted. Either him or
he said he down to compete. Although I don't think it's much of a competition. No offense to him, but I mean, when you paying a quarterback, it's kind of like the clock is ticking.
Get out while you can, bro.
Nah, he gonna stay, man.
Get out where he can. Find a new school.
If he want to stay and back up my mans, I think that's a good idea.
But remember what we said. The Michigan programs of old, they had multiple quarterbacks that you knew that you could depend on. And that's what I'm saying. Like I believe that those Michigan teams, especially in this era of the NIL, you have to get back to that.
Yes.
You got to take care of even your backups because you have to know that you can protect every aspect of what you're doing. And in college football, if there's no cap, then why not? You know that you're promising Davis still the opportunities to go out there and have a world-class, first-class education and opportunities in this world with that Michigan degree. And then beyond that and the connections, you know that you're going to get an opportunity to play on football. If you have one good season, that's enough to get you drafted sometimes, especially if they're like, oh, well, he's been in this Michigan system. Yeah. Michigan's been winning. The times we've seen him step in, we've seen quarterbacks go and make a name for themselves in that 1 year, either coming from JUCO and then have that 1 year at that D1 level, or going from backup to having that 1 or 2 seasons. I can see that being him.
Yeah.
Shout out to him for not running. I get opportunities and you want them, but shout out to him for seeing what he has in front of him.
I wanted to speak to that because from what I've read, it seems like he's just one of those kids that are different, man. He's not afraid to embrace adversity, man. He's not afraid to go in here and try to work to claim that number 1 spot. So that's not a lot of kids like that in this day and age, man. So shout out to him. I feel like he was raised right.
Package. So he's also got a pretty nice NIL package himself as well.
Not as big as can't like that either.
Hey, you know what, Cavassier Chase, prepare your answer. Mitten Maid, I already know your answer. Feldman Mailbag. Can we start Asar in place of Tobias, then bring Bobby Klintman off the bench? Bobby Klintman, he went off last night for the Motor City Cruise. Cavassier Chase, we'll let you lead off with this one.
Please, yes. I mean,
Please.
We should have done this from like the 3rd game of the season. I've been calling for Tobias to come off the bench.
Yeah.
Since, like I said, since like the 3rd game of the year. He is a fine basketball player, but his role on this team is not what we're trying to make it out to be. Like, he's a 6th man at best on a playoff team, and trying to make him your 2nd best scoring option is never going to be like he's never going to be what you think he's going to be, like in that term. Like, he's never going to be a number 2. He's like he's a 2nd unit guy, very good basketball player, but he's not someone you can rely on to be Cade's Robin to his Batman.
No,
it's just not his game.
It was warned of in the offseason. It was like, listen, if you're bringing a Tobias in, it's not to be the number 2 scorer. Yeah, that was going to be, and at the time, the ones that were available, that was going to be people like Levine or DeRozan. And so it's like, you know what, they had to do it. They had to do it. I probably would have just pushed it another year, but they had to spend the money to get to the floor without effectively locking themselves in long term. So it's like, I get why they did it, but
and hopefully Tobias can bounce back, man. I keep trying to put faith in him, but you just hope that, towards the second half of the season, you just see a better Tobias, because he has not gotten off to a great start.
Hey, Yashawan Judah, I see you in the chat. He says, Feldman Mailbag, how the hell is the Lions defense going to slow down Justin Jefferson next week? I don't know if it's ever mattered.
Yeah, it don't.
It doesn't.
And the lasting picture that I have, there's 2. Justin Jefferson on the ground after Iffy, took his lunch money. It just is what it is.
He's the best.
And then him with Amon-Ra, like, bro.
He's the best receiver in football. He's going to make plays, but I don't care. Get the dub.
How scared did the end of that game make the Vikings? These fools went out there and drafted a quarterback, signed a quarterback, traded for another quarterback, traded for a running back. You think Justin Jefferson scared them a little bit at the end of last season?
No.
I think he did. When he was talking all of that kind of the conversation with Amon-Ra, that media and all that started to pick up after the game, I do believe that they knew, if you don't go out there and put something around Justin Jefferson, why should he continue to invest in Minnesota?
No, absolutely.
And so I see a couple more Feldman mailbags in here, man.
I'd also like to get my ish off about the playoff the next 2 days.
Hey, dope.
So the college football playoffs next 2 days, there are some relatively good matchups, and I went 3 of 4 for you guys on the parlay in the last round. So I am here for revenge for you guys. So I'm going to go Penn State minus 8.5.
Fade them out, Justin.
Spread. And
fade them out.
No, I'm not fading them out. This is not where they're going down. Boise State is unfortunately more fraudulent. Then Texas minus 8.5 as well. Both of those are alt spreads. And then I like Ohio State money line. I think they're going to beat Oregon. I know that's yucky, but they should have won the first time.
They not beating Oregon, bro. I'm standing on that.
Hey, that's fine, KG. But I'm telling you, I think Ohio State is going to beat Oregon. And then the last game of the day is Georgia versus Notre Dame, and Georgia's going to put BTA, and they're going to show you again for the 5th time in the playoff era that Notre Dame cannot compete against a team that's actually real in the playoff. And there you go.
There it is.
Thank you, brother, for breaking out. Thank you for everybody, man, for what you guys do. It's still holiday seasons for us, and Everybody's in here working hard. Know the new year is tomorrow. So happy new year to everybody, because I know we have best of shows on tomorrow. But thank you guys for continuing to support Wake Up Woodward and Woodward Sports. I know our show is fairly new. But the support that you all have continued to give us has just meant the world, not just professionally, but as it relates to us as people as well. And these relationships have gone from the relationships we have with you guys is from this desk in the chat to people like that dude Justin and Chase, who are now here among us, from chat family members to being very important parts of why Wake Up Woodward goes. Shout out to all of the other people that we've added as well, like Summer in the building. Thank you for trust in Woodward Sports. Definitely thank you for that. But and thank you, chat family. That's the one thing I'm going to continue to say. Woodward Sports is not anything without what you all do to support us. And there's been some major ups. There's been some major downs. There's been some things we've had to crawl through. There's been mistakes on the company's level.
If only y'all knew.
Mistakes on a personal level. But our passion is about getting this thing right for the city. Our passion is about every time that we're able to go and throw an event and give people passes to get in and to be able to offer opportunities to people to have their careers go to the next level. You know what? That's what this is all about. And I'm grateful to be a part of it. I'm grateful to be supported by it. And just wanted to make sure that we say a Happy New Year to all of you all, man. Definitely. So, and especially to the cast and the crew. But,
yes, sir. Act right in 2025, man. It's going to be a long year.
Tell him. Tell him.
No guarantees.
And voice of reason, just give a last word before we break this down, man. Our MVP.
Oh, I was.
Summer the new MVP.
Oh, you looking at me? I thought you was looking at KG.
I'm going to get everybody else. But
okay.
I want to make sure, you know what, JB is he's just one of those guys who MVP for a long time. It's not just something that started, when Wake Up Woodward started. It's something that's been for years. And just before we get into the new year, just want your voice of reason. And then we'll go around the cast.
Hold on, real quick, JB. You can't leave no more, bro. You got to stay here in the building, man. No more breaks for you.
Why? What happened?
Every time you leave, some shit go wrong, bro. It never fails. But go ahead, get your words off. It's okay.
Talk about
you ain't taking no more breaks.
I see I'm locked to the booth right now, but hey, shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to everyone rocking with us this whole year. Hopefully you do the same next year with us, because I guarantee you we're only going to get better show by show, day by day. We're here for you guys. We're also here for us to lift each other up, because I know sometimes we might get down a lot, and we've got family issues and life issues going on outside of this as well. But we just love and appreciate you guys showing up every single show for us, rocking with us with the hardships that we've had here, ups and downs. You still got everyone stayed afloat and stay positive with us. So I just appreciate everyone in this room and everyone in this chat right now. So 2025, we're going to do big things, guarantee you.
I like that. And you know what? Let's get this chest pass going. Let's get that music going. That dude Justin. That's a show for today. A victory show. Hey, I like that, man. I like it. And you know what, guys? That's been Wake Up Woodward. Thank you. Chat family has been smashing that like button, too. If you haven't gotten an opportunity to, go ahead and do so. We're 12 away from a pretty big victory show goal. So thank you, guys. This has been
help us out, man.
Epic. Shout out to Flannel Sam, the vet of the squad.
Brother, get well, bro.
Get well soon. And hopefully we see you for the rest of the week, Thursday and Friday on these shows. But get well soon, brother. We missed you today. Shout out to Matthew Broder and the legend Terry Foster.
Yes, sir.
To see Matthew Broder on the way in, man, and be able to give him an embrace before the new year. Shout out to you. Shout out to all the success that you have going on in your life, man. Couldn't be happier for you. And now, to break this thing down, what up, though, Summer? Newest to the team.
Summertime.
Already doing work.
Cue to Will Smith.
Well, first, I just want to thank you for this opportunity, Kool-Aid. That's what I want to say. Going into the new year, I'm excited to be a part of the WUW Crew. And I just want to say this one quote by Dan Campbell before we get off. He said, if you're haunting us, you won't have to look far. We're going to be on your front porch. So Detroit fans, keep being the best fans out there. And Sunday, we ready.
Summertime, maybe she is trying to go for MVP.
She might be.
You're going to have some comp.
Hey, man, she better come with it. She better come with it. Every night is going to be a challenge.
Kirby Joseph, that's what we talk about.
Yep. Every night is going to be a challenge, man.
MVP, KG.
Hey, I'm with that.
How about that?
I'm with that. I'm with that.
Let's go.
I like that. You know how I feel about this. Hey, Cavassier Chase, what a show, brother. How you feeling?
Feeling good. Victory Tuesday, but focused on Sunday. That's the only thing that we got to keep our eyes locked on is Sunday, 8:20, Minnesota. So, welcome to town. And it, like Summer said, like we're on the porch, we're waiting for the Vikings. They don't have to look far for us. So, shout out the Lions, shout out Dan Campbell, shout out my dad, shout out the people at Seymour Ford if you're listening. Love you, Dad. And I hope you guys have a good one.
Hey, I love that. This elite booth, we start with that dude,
Elite.
Justin. What up, though, brother? Way to hold it down. I know you started off over here in the bullpen, and then you were called into the game, to the sounds. Yeah, people got to know you and Chase right now doing 3 and 4 different things, including holding down on the show. What up, though?
Hey, it's a blessing. I only can echo the sentiment Summer said. I appreciate you so much, Kool-Aid, for everything that you do, and everyone else in this crew. This crew is absolutely elite, and I can't wait for the Vikings on Sunday. And hey, let's all have that Dan Campbell energy going into this new year, and have those balls to do what you want to go do, and do what you want to do, and be what you want to be this new year.
Man, I appreciate you guys. I do. That dude, Justin, Woodward Sports MVP in the TD booth on a Victory Tuesday. What up, though, brother?
Hey, another short week, but an amazing show. I wouldn't want to do this show with anyone else but the crew that we got in studio here right now. Shout out to Flannel too. Get well, and everyone stay safe this New Year's. If you're celebrating, be safe out there. If you're outside drinking, get a ride home. Just be safe.
Right.
Start off the new year right. You don't need any DUIs, no tickets or anything like that. So just be safe out there tonight.
Hey, somebody going for it all this year. KG continues to just really impress and crush every opportunity. And it's not even like you're pushing for them. You'll just make sure you do your job.
Yeah.
And you do it well. And I think that's why these opportunities are going to continue to find you. And 2025, it is your year for MVP, man.
Hey.
I'm glad that you're here, brother.
I appreciate that, man. I just appreciate y'all empowering me to come out here and do this, man. This is something new to me. I only been a year in the game, but this has been an unbelievable year, man. Unbelievable. So shout out to everybody involved, man. The chat, I absolutely love each and every one of y'all. The hate included, man. I always say that because we just appreciate you even tapping in with us, bro. This don't go without y'all. Shout out to my team, man. I love doing this with y'all every day. Happy to have Summer on the team. Happy to have Chase on the team going forward. Justin, my dog, held me down last night, man. We set fire to Hey Social last night. And shout out to my boy, of course, JB, one half of the Woodward Sports Tag Champions. Woodward ringside coming soon. Stay tuned. And right. Kool-Aid, bro. My dog, bro. You done looked out for me in a lot of ways, on the show, off the show. So I just appreciate you, man, and hoping this thing come together, man.
I appreciate you. Hey, it's your boy Brandon Dent, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter and writer for the network. I'm not trying to be insensitive. Thank you, guys. Neil Rule is here. We're wrapping up.
Get your shit and get out.
I ain't seen him in person in so long.
I know. Is this a robot? President. Is this a simulation?
Thank you, brother. Thank you guys, too. I hear your words, man. It means a lot.
Yeah, he don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that sentimental shit.
Go Lions. FTV. Fill up the chats. Let's go.